Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another RC Conspiracies. We're going to be doing things a little different. We're not going to conspire. We're going to talk monster trucks because why not? What better is there to talk about on a Tuesday night than RC monster trucks? If you have something better, then get out of here. We don't want to talk with you anyway. All right, we're going to get this thing rolling in about a minute or two. If you guys are joining at a later point, we will put a little time code thingy down in the description, maybe in the title. I don't know. Depends how long the title is. But we'll tell you where to go. And then just jump to that time, and you will be kicking it. All right, be back. What do you think? This music way better as an intro too? I'm feeling it.
Shady silhouetted images and industry teasers are finding their way into our homes and invading our minds. Their calculated information is delivered to feed our addiction for radio-controlled frequencies. It's an RC conspiracy. But we are on your side, cracking the RC code. Because the truth is out there. Welcome to the RC Conspiracies podcast. Get your decoder rings ready and put on those tinfoil hats because your fearless leader is here. Please welcome your host, the lead RC conspiracist, Tony CC. Tony CC. Welcome to the RC Conspiracies podcast.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to Tuesday night, where you have nothing better to do than sit and watch a couple of dudes on YouTube talk about RC monster trucks, right? What an awesome world we live in. It's going to be fun, I think. If not, I blame the other two guys. But they're not here, so they can't speak for themselves yet, so I win. We're going to get this thing rolling here in just a second. We've got Gareth and Cody waiting just off screen here to chat with you guys. But, you know, I'm really greedy these days, and so we got to roll a few things before we let them talk. But, you know, that's how things are. It's business, right? We've got other things going on here for the channel, the While My Batteries Charge RC podcast, where you can listen to me talk for random amounts of time about things that you may or may not care about. So that's pretty cool. You can check that out if you want to. CCxRC.podbean.com or just Google While My Batteries Charge. It should be the first thing that pops up. If not, I blame Google. They seem to be getting a lot of blame these days. That's social media's from the devil, I tell you. So that's that thing. The other thing is, merch stuff. You can see here, we got a cool little graphic for today's show. And right above that in the middle is the store. And you can get cool merch. And whenever I talk about this, people seem to buy stuff. That's why I keep talking about it. So if you want me to stop doing these little intro things at the beginning of this, stop buying stuff. But you look better when you do. So maybe you do want to buy stuff. I don't know. It's up to you. It's not my call, but let's go ahead and get these guys in here. Ah, there it is. It looks way better, not just me on the screen. That is for sure. All right, so people watching, top right, we've got Clean RC Cars, KLNRCCARS, Clean RC Cars.
What's up, everybody?
And on the bottom, we've got TTRC, Trailer Trash RC.
Yeah.
Gareth. He breaks a lot of stuff for you guys. It's very enjoyable. My favorite one, I still think, is the X-Mex catch off of the Send It ramp. That was pretty wicked.
That was a scary one.
And yes, it's one of those things where it's like, hold my beer and
Yeah.
let's do this kind of a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I couldn't believe when you went for it, but
Probably won't do that again.
yeah, probably. I just want to see the Outcast 8X as the next one, and that'll be it.
Well,
I
I'll
think
tell
we'll
you
be
what.
happy.
I will. I will tell you that I have a friend who he just recently bought an X-Max, and he lives like 2.5 hours away from me, and so we have plans to do some videos. And I'll tell you what, I'm definitely going to be catching his X-Max.
Yeah.
It's a little different when I'm driving it and I got to like control it in the air myself and then catch it.
Yeah, well, see, no, but I would never trust somebody else with the throttle. At least, like, you ditch the controller.
That's true.
You know that it's not, like, hit the brakes and ditch it and grab it.
Well, I broke my controller by doing that.
Did you?
Yeah, it broke, and then actually, because it broke, the gas actually stayed on.
Oh,
And,
You
that was
lose. That is
yep.
a fail moment.
Yeah,
there's
that
a reason
fail
why I
on
call
me.
you duct tape.
yeah.
Fail army on that one, guys.
You can't see it very good probably, but I actually got where we at? I got a scar here. Yeah, you can't see it on the screen, but it's from
We
basically
believe
it's like I got a scar from the X-Max, so that's kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The
There's
ultimate
probably a lot of
basher.
people that can say that, though, so just join the crowd.
That's true.
Hey,
That's
we got a
true.
bunch of people in here. JORC, Marlon Cox, Mr.
Hey.
Showtime.
Yeah.
RC next Tuesday, Flying Fortress, Kurt's RCs, lots of people. Very cool.
Nice,
Welcome,
nice.
you guys. We're going to be talking
Thank
RC
you.
monster trucks and whatever else we kind of feel like talking about. We don't, we're going to go
No,
by
I get you.
whatever comes up.
We'll see what
these
happens.
guys are. Yeah, we're into monster trucks. We like them, and
Yep.
I'm not very good at them, but I still like them anyway. So
No.
they reminded me how bad I was at them this past weekend.
Hey.
I actually did a mic drop, but it wasn't like I did a good thing mic drop. It was I'm going to do an epic freestyle, and I crash. You get like one crash, the next one you're done. I literally flip my car over, and it falls back onto its lid pretty much. I just dropped the controller and walked away. I'm like, I'm done.
Love that.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
did not
yeah.
break it, so...
Mikey's in the
Mikey
house.
just showed up. Yep.
Mike Waters.
He
I
said
was
he's
just
here to
watching him.
control me. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's your guy, man. That's
Yeah,
your
you
guy.
better-
And,
You better watch
feel
your
free
mouth.
to talk about these guys all you want in the chat. I will make sure I pop it up here onto the screen so that they have to see it. It will stick
I like-
with it.
I
Yeah,
like
Michael
to ask-
McKenzie saw the radio drop. He saw it. Radio dropping out, but it was I'm done. And I don't even remember, like, it was so second, like, not second hand, it was first thing. Like, I didn't even think about it. It just happened. And then I should have been
sucks.
thinking $200, but no, it wasn't.
no,
Yeah.
you just go for it. Just gotta send it.
And I met
Yeah.
Claude Busted. Claude Busted was there. He showed up. He's saying, "Hey guys."
Hey,
He's in
what's
that
up?
area.
Going, dude?
He showed up this past weekend, as well as Michael McKenzie.
Oh, he
and,
was at the
Travis
race?
Paul. Yeah, he showed up at the races. It was really
Oh,
cool to
nice.
meet him.
That's awesome.
And I have a whole bunch of. I don't know about you guys, but I brought a whole bunch of stuff to show.
Nah.
If you didn't,
what is? Oh,
some people like put theirs in nice little sleeveys and like wraps that hold their bodies nice and clean.
No, man.
But-
That,
Not
you're,
you.
you're you're a real RC guy, man. That's how you're supposed to do it. Just
Mine
stack
are
them
so
inside
torn up
each other.
anyway that this doesn't matter. This is the safest way for them to be.
Yeah.
If I'm driving them, it's a whole lot safe than being stacked in a pile like this coming home.
It's like IKEA, man. It's like, use the space.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I got my
Oh, you
My
got some to
ruined-
show? Oh,
well,
yeah, we
my
got
absolutely ruined X-Max body down there.
the duct taped one.
It's the
together.
duct tape one, yeah.
Well, and
It's
so I do want to hear the story about the kid that took your X-Max to the chest, like straight on. That'll be later
yep, okay.
because I saw that a billion times on Instagram. I like put it on loop on my
Yeah.
TV just to laugh. Whenever I needed a chuckle, I looked up and boom, there it was.
It's
But
an incredible
let's
clip.
introduce you guys to the people in here that probably know who you are. If they're on Instagram at all and they do RCs, then they should know who you guys are.
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Cody, why don't you go first since you're on the top and
All right.
give everybody a little bit of a synopsis about you, your RCs, how you got into it, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. You guys ready? Let's see.
And if he
Well,
talks too long, I'll cut him off.
yeah, just cut me off, man. Just
I'll get to you, Garrett. Don't worry.
mute the mic.
I'm
Mute the
patient. I'm
mic.
patient.
So just, I mean, I guess where do you want me to start? Just where I started, how I got into RC, or I mean, it's such a long story. It's crazy. It's a really long story, man.
Well, tell us the short version. Like you're on an elevator and you've got a little bit
All
of
right.
time to tell us before we get to the 21st floor of the hotel, and you want us to know
The
a little bit
elevator
about you.
pitch.
Yep.
Well, okay, just grew up just watching motorsports as a young kid and got into cars. I'm a car guy, and I'm also a musician, so they kind of go hand in hand a little bit. But just my car obsession and my car, being a fanatic of motorsports got me I've been always around RC, and the kids in the neighborhood had them. And so it's just a fascination with the RC, being able to me, it was like putting together little models, right? But then being able to drive them. So it was really cool. You know what I mean? So, but always been a monster truck fan since they were created. I'm not trying to date myself, but just been into monster trucks ever since day one, and just seen the progression from afar, just from the TV. So I don't know everything. I'm just a fanatic, but just always wanting to build RC monster trucks and finally be able to do it now and just showcase what I do, with the builds that I do. I like to do the retro 90s, the when they went stage 3, I like to do those. So that's kind of what, grew my Instagram, and that's kind of where it is now, is where you guys discovered me.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about your Instagram, what kind of stuff you post on there, because that's where most people can find you. I do have on here your Instagram as well. If I get kicked out, guys, this has happened before when I go to Instagram for some reason.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's the social devils that I was talking about before. It has been known to happen that I get kicked out or my computer freezes. So just keep talking.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
Down.
It's all good. So the page, right? So basically,
tell me about what kind of stuff. If people go to your Instagram, what can they expect to see?
90s monster trucks and slow-mo, 100%. That's what it is. So I like to, showcase the old, the first stage 3 monster trucks. I love those. Those are my favorite. I like to redo those and try to get as close to the real thing. But then I also like to showcase and try to get the trucks to move as real as possible. If everybody remembers the old TNN, racing days when they'd race and then they showed the replay, I'm trying to recreate the replay. Replay mode. So that's kind of why I use the slow motion. And you can see how the truck moves, and it's almost like you get to see the truck longer. It's in slow mo. So just a way for me to display my art. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much.
So when did you get into the RC monster trucks?
2017. I mean, I've been in RC.
And how many do you have now? It looks like there's quite a few: Wildfoot, Barefoot, Bigfoot, USA 1.
Yeah, I have
bigger.
6 total, but 4 that actually run right now. So I just swapped the body.
There.
Yeah. You swap the bodies on some of them. So yeah.
So there's lots of cool stuff. I love these pictures where it shows the real one, and then
those
version of it, right? That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Those
Those screenshots are from actually the slow-mo vids. So it was like, I just captured a quick little screenshot as close as what some of these pictures. And obviously that's not one, but I haven't got that one out to do any jump videos out. But some of these, that's like my thing, is just trying to get as close to the real thing. I come from, like, as far as RC, like the whole scale thing with drifting and everything. And that's like a big thing in the drifting thing is how close can you get to scale. And I didn't really see anybody really showcasing it. They do it, they do it in the racing. They do it. I've seen it. Trigger King does it. Everybody does it. But I didn't see anybody really showcasing it on Instagram. So I was just like, well, let me just show what I can do and see if anybody likes it. And for some reason, everybody likes it. So
Travis Paul is asking which Bigfoot. This one looks like Bigfoot 8.
Yep, that's Bigfoot 8. That's my favorite truck of all time.
Very cool. Carolina Crusher.
Yep.
Some good ones. Some good choices. Wildfoot.
Yep, that's another one. I love
Paint
Wildfoot.
Job on that is pretty epic.
So that body's actually
90s right there.
Yeah, the 93. That body is actually, that color is a wrap. There's a funny story about that. I painted it the wrong color, And you know how expensive bodies are in paint and all that. And I didn't want to, like, I'm not going to be able to make a truck out of this. This is the wrong color. And so I bought automotive wrap, and I had to wrap that like piece by piece, like the front end and
Wow.
the cab and everything. And then I had the, you know, the decals
Ouch.
that I put over it. So that body's very expensive. And you see some of the videos, I got it doing flips and crashing and stuff. It's like, what am I doing? I'm not gonna, you know what I'm
Wow.
saying? It's like, it's a very expensive body, but I was just like, you know what? The good thing about it being wrapped in pieces is I can take pieces off and replace them. So it's actually cool.
Right on, right on. Josh Rhodes
Yeah.
has joined us.
Oh,
V2
Josh.
How's it going, Josh?
Yeah. Travis Paul was just, I can't believe he's awake and still with us after their long drive back that they did from Connecticut.
Everybody,
No
thank
joke.
you for coming in and joining and see my ugly mug. It's all good, man. I appreciate it.
All right, Gareth, let's talk about yours a little bit. Make sure you guys go check it out. KLNRCCARS on Instagram. First of all, we'll finish there. And then he's also got, go ahead and sub to him. I'm sure his YouTube's up and coming. KLN space RC cars. Took me a minute to find this one. But be sure to subscribe to him. I'm subscribed, but I'm actually signed into my work account apparently right now on YouTube. So yay me.
Funny story about
I
that. I
don't know
started
where
that page. I started that page exactly when I started my Instagram, and I never posted on there. And you know how my Instagram grew. I wish I would have.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, man, what are you doing? But it was so much easier to do Instagram than YouTube at the time, and it was just like instant. You know,
it can be. It can definitely be easier. You need a little bit more long form stuff. The same amount of time so you can spend out like 5 minutes and get 10 Instagram things, or you can get 5 minutes out and not have a full YouTube video. That's the hard part, right? So the way that it spreads out to fill time is way different. I'm making sure I'm signed into my right accounts here when I read
all those jump videos on my page. Those were like one of 50 takes. So I got hours every time I go. I burn 2 packs just getting footage, and maybe I'll 10 good jumps out of it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, we'll teach you how to drive sometime, man. Don't worry about it.
Well, you know, one-handed is
episode,
man.
That's a different episode.
Yeah, see, one-handed.
that did not work for me. So most people don't know this, but Cody actually was like the first guy that I went to because I saw he had his white SMT10, the whatever the white truck was.
The Raptor. Yeah, the Raptor.
Yeah, and that was the first thing that I had seen from you, and the SMT10 was what I was like super interested in at the time. I didn't even have it yet, but once I got it, we started talking. You were kind of giving me tips how to do the Instagram thing, and I realized very quickly that I couldn't do it like you because I just broke too much.
yeah, you were doing stuff I don't even want to even try. So you know, you were doing some crazy stuff, so it was awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you destroyed the bodies too. Like it looked realistic in the end there, like the doors flapping around.
Yep,
and
I got that. Oh well. So yeah, speaking of breaking
Josh
bodies,
Rhodes says, "I know a thing or 12 about expensive bodies being destroyed."
Yeah, he spends a little more money than I do. That's for sure.
Man.
That's for sure. I'm just lucky to piece it together.
All right, so let's get to Trailer Trash RC. Gareth, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got into RC and your kind of fascination with the monster truck world as well?
Yes. Okay.
And,
so yeah, they definitely go hand in hand for me. And so I'll tell you, I was a junior, I believe, in high school. This is like 2011. Okay. And so this is my very first RC car right here.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Great Stampede, man. That's beautiful.
So as you can tell, she's in great shape.
That actually just needs tires and a battery and you're ready to go.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And some duct tape. Actually,
I have the rest of that body. You can kind of see it here, right up there. And but anyway, so yeah, it's a Stampede. I was super into monster trucks. I always was. And well, actually, that's where I'll start. Okay, since I already jumped the gun on that. When I was a small child, I don't know, maybe first grade or something like that. This is like 2001. I think I saw my first Monster Jam show ever, and it was basically because my dad was like flipping through the channels, and the World Finals 2 happened to be on, and Tom Mentz was driving his freestyle, and this is at least my very first memory of it. And so I was like, oh wait, go back. And because I was super into, cars and stuff. I didn't even know monster trucks existed.
So
yet.
Easy to do a replay back in those days. Just DVR that bad boy.
Yeah, that was, I think, just before DVR existed. So,
well, you see how young he is. His first driver he saw was Tom Mentz in Monster Jam. You see how young he is.
Well, I told you my junior year of high school was like 2011. So,
man,
he just started growing that beard. He hasn't.
It was
for very long.
It was a baby beard. Yeah, it was for sure. It was basically non-existent then, actually. But yeah, so I was like, go back. And so we watched the rest of that show. That happened to be the one where Tom and Dennis went into their like super iconic back and forth for their encore. Where Dennis is like, I'm gonna give him one more, and then Tom comes out and freaking nails Dennis's truck, goes straight up and on his lid. And that was my first Monster Jam experience. And so of course, it was like the best of the best. That's what I got to see. And so my expectations have always been very, very high. And also it just so happened to be that I love to entertain people. And so those two things really have driven me into this madness of Trailer Trash RC. But so my parents did end up getting me a Max D Stampede for Christmas, and that was super cool. At the time, it was the best for me, anyways, because it was the only Monster Jam thing that was out, to my knowledge. And I broke it and couldn't afford to fix it, so it just sat.
How did you break it? Curb?
No, actually. So.
No?
I had those little like ramps, like the skate ramps.
Okay.
And
they were making those at that time. Okay.
Yeah.
Fashion stuff out of wood.
Yeah.
Whatever materials were laying around, but he had the ramps. Would you get my plastic ramp? I bought it at Toys R Us and just threw it on the ground.
No, we didn't have money for
Doing
that.
cool stuff is so easy for my generation.
We had I'll give you that.
We had a cinder block and boards.
Yep.
It would like fall apart and you would crash your bike.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yep. So I have a picture somewhere. Actually, it's at my parents' house. I was on rollerblades. Okay, and my very first ramp that I ever built was I had like a brick and a 4x8 like piece of plywood, and I was jumping it.
Super
there
long
you go.
On a brick.
Yeah.
That's like the angle on that is like 0.05 degrees.
Yeah,
realize this, right?
It had the flex. Oh,
it did have. You'd actually bounced you in the middle of the ramp somehow. And you tripped on the board at the end of where the brick was. I bet.
That did happen. So yeah, but I'll tell you, I mean, I was always the kid, even though I did grow up a little bit after you guys. I was always the one building stuff out of dirt. I built my own BMX track and all this stuff, out of dirt. And I mean, I didn't have stuff, so I literally had to like be really creative. I would have to dig valleys, use that dirt and make a big mound, after the valley and all this stuff. And I was super daring and kind of like a daredevil in a way, but I had some common sense. So,
yeah, I catch X Maxes. That's common sense.
That is, it's since left me.
He grew up from that.
Yeah. That's where it all started. Yeah.
When you become an adult, you get smarter about things.
I've definitely regressed
in that
way.
House and things like that.
Yep. So
tell us about your Instagram, and you've got YouTube going.
Yep. So
in fact, there's Cody as well on your
Yep.
Instagram. He's
Yeah, we just had a good conversation the other day.
Yeah.
So my Instagram, you'll see there's some of the older like SMT10 stuff that I've done. I actually started my Instagram with the SMT10. I started it actually before I had the truck, and specifically because I had already been working on a track in my woods that are next to my house.
Here we go.
And
Awesome.
yeah, there you go. And so you'll see like this is some of the track over. Actually, if you go back up to that,
I
Grave Digger
remember
one.
this when you almost hit your kid and you asked whether or not you did.
Oh yeah.
Inside.
Yeah, she's a tough kid.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. She's me, 100%.
I remember when you first came on, dude, and you were like, "I'm gonna be a Monster Jam driver," but until then, watch this.
Monster Jam, yeah.
And you started doing the stoppies and all that stuff. That's what got my attention.
Well, that was
another SMT driver. It's cool.
That was the whole point of my Instagram. Honestly, was I knew first of all I saw the SMT10 like online or something. It'd come up maybe on Instagram or something like that, and I was like, no freaking way. Like I gotta have one of these, and it just so happened they had just discontinued them.
And
both.
They weren't discontinued. They were waiting on licensing. Come on,
right?
We all know.
Okay.
We're on RC Conspiracies, man. Look at the show we're on. You know what happened.
Well, lots of wheels up in these pictures. I'm noticing.
Yeah,
front wheels, rear wheels, side wheels.
Yes. So that was the whole point. Was I knew that I could do something with the truck that nobody else was really doing. And basically in the balancing, trying to get it to ride up on two wheels on its side and do the stoppies and all this stuff, and the skill stuff. And I didn't see it that there was even anybody attempting that kind of thing, and I was really disappointed. And so I was like, this is ridiculous. Let's do this. And so that's how it started. And then I started my YouTube, and I started taking the SMT10 to the skate park, and it's doing stupid stuff that it's not meant to do.
Not meant to do that.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Doing duct tape things.
It's not even meant to do like. So the smaller stuff you were doing, it can handle that. But any even big jump, like you get into diff issues.
Yeah.
Quickly.
I'll tell you what, that
if
truck,
you don't upgrade them to HD ones, even then it can get into them quickly.
It's sitting there. It looks a little pretty right now, but I'm telling you what, there's about 20 places on that chassis that are cracked. And let's see if you can see it. Yeah. And oh my gosh, it's a mess, man. I have the
Hey, we like messes. It's okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, so once I was like, the SMT10 like can't really handle this. And so I was like, I need to figure out a way to get something better. And so then right after that, I got a kid at the hobby shop that I go to. I was talking to him because the Max was about to come out, and I was like, man, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I would rather get like an Arma vehicle or something. And he was like this, and he comes out with this Creighton, and I was like, yeah, like that. and he said, I said, well, how much do you want for it? Because I had no money. And he said, well, I don't know, like maybe $300. I said, all right, I don't have $300. He said, well, that's no big deal. I trust you. Like, you can come back and pay me here and there, whatever. I said, all right, cool.
I thought you meant with driving it. Like,
no.
Misplaced trust.
Yeah. No, and so then I got that. And then right after that was the X Max that I got for $400.
That's
and
a good deal. It's still a good deal.
That was also on payments. Okay. So
you got all the money out of that thing.
Yeah, and I ended up upgrading it to 8S myself, and that was a project. So did that, and then right after that, pretty much, I think we went into house jumping and all that craziness.
The ultimate basher, man! I'm telling you.
I had my so somebody actually explained my YouTube the other day to me, and they said, or no, it was you, Cody.
That was me, man.
Yeah. So you get tell them what you said.
It's exactly like climbing inside the mind of a 5-year-old at the playground. Like it's like the ultimate like manifestation of the imagination part. You know what I mean? It's just like, here you go. This what it's like. Let's have fun. And it is. It's so fun to watch his videos. Like I went ham. I'll go if you have a YouTube and you got cool videos. I will watch your channel all day. So you get mad. watch time with me because I this is on all day. So I was just watching Mike Botters. I don't know if he's in here, but I was just watching him today too. So, but yeah,
fun videos, yeah.
And anybody with an SMT10, I try to follow and I try to watch their stuff. And yeah, his videos are fun to watch, man. It's just fun because it's like, dude, what is he gonna do when he hit that kid in the chest? I thought I was like, why do you get out the way? What are you doing? You see this 40-pound mass coming at you at 40 miles an hour? Like, get out the way! Like, it's crazy. You know, but
he nailed that kid.
Yeah,
that was in a second.
Yep.
Josh Rhodes says you need 2.6 tires on that SMT.
Yeah,
I think that would really. It's a lot of weight, and I think that what you're trying to do with it, it would not.
So
work well.
I actually have some, and on my Instagram I have some videos with them on there. The problem is that right now I was having drive shaft issues. I ended up putting a spool in the front and the rear because the lockers kept breaking on me, and they're the Axial heavy duty lockers, whatever. They kept breaking on me. It's my fault. It's not Axial's fault. And so I said,
they're pretty small axles when it really boils down to it.
Yeah. I mean, they're tiny, man. I was like, because that SMT10 has been sitting for probably like 6 months now. Just because I've had other things going on, I've had other trucks to work on, and I've been working on these fifth and sixth scales and eighth scales. And I go back to the SMT10. Last night I was up till 4 a.m. working on this thing, trying to get it ready for this competition we're doing. And I'm like, dude, this is so small. Like, this is stupid. Let's make an 8 scale monster truck.
Let's call up Barry, man. Give us a deal, man.
They need bigger axles for sure for a lot of that stuff.
Jacob
says, let's get you a heavy duty chassis to get the SMT10 back out there.
I'm down. Let's do it. Yeah, I was looking at getting a racehorse. I think that's what it's called. But it's not falling through, but it's just there's so many things going on that I'm like not wanting to pay for it right now.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people snapping the drive shafts on that. I haven't done it yet, but I'm not running a lot of power. So
I broke all the drive shafts, all the original ones that they gave you. So I ended up going to MIP. I ended up busting the MIPs to the point that they don't work anymore. It's the pins. The pins are always falling out. And they don't, you can't find them. I mean,
they really need some rebuild kits.
They have them for $30.
Yeah.
Jeez.
$30.
Half the price of the whole set, right?
Yeah. 70 for a whole new kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
I lost one of mine because we built it for the tuber chassis son of a digger I have.
Yeah.
And we've been working on it. We're going to put freestyle axles on it. And then I got a freestyle truck and I ended up putting the axles on that.
Yeah.
And then we put it back together with the SMT axles, but somehow we forgot a pin, I think, or a screw.
Man.
And I totally lost one of the whole axles off the MIP. And so I'm like, I've got like 3, I've got a whole front and like half of a rear, and it's just like,
well, you have to send me a picture of what you have. Because I might have the complete,
the other half of it.
Yeah. So I'll
well, you know what? It's on that case that I'm gonna send you. So you're gonna be the one with the MIPs going. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's already on there, man. I'll just stick it in the box, and you'll have a whole set of MIPs going.
I have a quick question. Since you guys both have SMTs, like I said, you guys, I've seen Tony your videos. You're out there jumping, and you're running 3S sometimes. You had the VXL in yours, right, Gareth?
Yeah,
on yours. Yeah. You guys are running some good power to the thing. So, where's the threshold? Like, as far as like, because I run 2S.
Depends on your wallet.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm just because I've never snapped one, but I only run 2S.
Oh yeah, look at that.
See, man, I'll just send it with the other part of one of these. I think I got it.
That's incredible, dude.
Then you'll have MIPs again.
That'll be incredible. I'm so excited.
And a case. Nice. I think there's plastic gears in this you can just swap out, but the case is still mint.
My case is glued together. And it's glued onto my chassis.
This is my whole SMT10 parts bin. It's got
impressive
everything.
I need one of them.
So
I need one of them.
I'm just now
We're
starting
talking.
to.
When I start sending you that, when I send you that box, I'll put some stuff in it.
Awesome, man.
Just let me know what you need.
Absolutely incredible. I'm excited. I cannot wait to get this thing running again. I've honestly missed it so much, and I actually been in kind of a rut of like, you know how it gets when you just get tired of running stuff. You get tired of filming stuff sometimes. And honestly,
No,
last
I don't know what
night,
that feels like.
Sure.
I never get tired of that stuff.
Sure.
It's all I think about day and night is, what can I film next with this in post?
I get it. I
I never
just
run out of ideas either. I've always got a ton of them.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And life doesn't happen. It's just all about
right.
content.
Right.
Life doesn't happen outside. Of
And
it.
it's
Here's a good question here from RCU next Tuesday. He probably wants a shout out because you guys probably watch his channel.
Yes.
But what channels do you guys like watching on YouTube other than RCU next Tuesday? Because we all know that you guys both love,
of course,
watching RCU next
yes.
Tuesday.
One of the best.
I.
Yes.
One of the best at breaking stuff, and it's
Yes.
very enjoyable to watch him do it and not me. So, but
Yeah.
first super chat from Kevin Gibbs. Thank you, man, for the postage. He's helping pay the postage for the stuff.
So cool.
Nice.
And
There you go. There you go.
Cool.
Yeah, you go first, Gareth. You go first. You answer first. Who's your favorite?
All right. Yeah.
What's your favorite channel?
Well, I like watching. Probably my favorite channel to watch is V2 Vids. Oh, mostly because I'm on there sometimes. So, but
he's a bit of a creeper, He's
yeah, of course. No, I honestly, I don't know. I've definitely, when I first was coming into RCs, especially, I really loved Tony's channel. I love CCxRC.
See, I knew that was going to be one of the top.
Yeah,
ones
of course,
right?
Of course. So, and I mean, I couldn't.
Make sure send the check. Send the check.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be waiting. I got to pay him for the SMT. So it's.
Oh well, there you go. There you go. There you go. Roundabout.
Yeah. I know Duberbatch does a lot of crazy stuff.
Dude, he goes huge.
What's that dude? RC Dude 81 or something like that.
Yep.
I respect him a lot because his video skills.
Eric.
I've been pretty impressed with his ability to film some of the stuff that he does. They're wild, man. I mean, they're wild. They're doing stuff certainly I don't want to do.
They're encouraging a whole bunch of youth to break their RC cars because they think that you can go out there and do that first try.
Yeah.
You get like partial ramp and you do corkscrews and you lawn dart that thing into 100 pieces.
Yeah.
They're very, very good at what they do.
They're really great. They're great drivers. They're very skilled. And so I enjoy that. Other than that, pretty much I only care to watch whatever I'm researching at the time.
Yeah.
So, it's like
you.
I'm so locked on the Outcast 8S. I have one.
Yeah.
So
you don't watch me very much.
Recently,
the truth comes out. The truth just came out. I skipped that one. I
know.
And so
I know. I was mad that you skipped it. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
I don't have enough garage space for any more fifth scale stuff.
Hey, look at this. I'll show you this. You probably, let's see. I'll tip it down. So I got the X-Max. I got the Outcast 8S. I also have another Outcast 8S in that box. Don't tell my wife.
Okay. She's not gonna see this video.
Nope.
The beauty of you
won't say anything.
But
I may or may not have another one of those Outcast 6S 10th anniversary sitting in my closet. Everyone was wondering how I could bash the one that I got. Well, there's a reason.
Yeah. Well, you can see those boxes behind me. Those three that are stacked up right there.
Yep.
Those Traxxas Stampedes. They're unopened.
How did you score that?
You're not gonna believe it, man. My aunt and my uncle, they used to own an online RC shop, basically, and
why'd you wink right there? I saw a wink.
It was not. I just wink when I talk a lot. So so they had them in storage, and I saw them one day. I was like, you got to be kidding me,
dude. In storage.
In storage.
Barn find.
So I want to
Yeah.
ask Cody about his.
Yep.
So you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a barn
I'm-
find. That's awesome. Cody, I want to ask you because people
I'm
are asking
sitting-
Ben Instagram. But speaking of barn
Okay.
finds, when we were at RC Madness, apparently they had trailers out back full of old bodies and stuff. And all I could think about was going out there with Fred Reap and Jason Rona and doing like an American Pickers, but RC style.
Ooh.
And have them go
Oh.
out there with Chris, who owns RC Madness, and just kind of like barter him on the stuff that is in there. I really wanted to do that so bad.
Yeah.
But there was like zero time, and I actually never mentioned it to anybody except for Jason Saunders. I don't think. But I really wanted to in my head. All right, Cody, what's your favorite
so I am
RC
sitting here like
YouTubes?
I'm sitting here like the '80s spaceship guy on Lego, like spaceship. I want to tell
Spaceship,
everybody,
spaceship.
like literally, I started watching Jang.
Jang. Oh, man. Ultimate
Ultimate
RC.
RC. I started watching him at Ritual RC Network.
RIP.
Overkill RC.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, these are because they started buying the S&T, so that's what got me kind of.
Yeah.
He was one of my first two. Yeah. With Tony.
But like, I will go for hours and hours and hours and hours. Showtime, Motorsports, Trigger King, RC, MTC, like all the racing ones. I will go, and then obviously I got Tony's right here, so CCxRC is definitely one of them. Because you do the reviews, you did, like I was saying before, you do reviews and box openings or whatever, and so like it's good to like get an idea. And then what I really like on your channel is you're like test and tune different things. Like, oh, let's put a different pinion in and see what it does. Let's see what it does on different battery or whatever. Even though it's box stock, and that's actually good because people have those questions and they can't really, I don't know if they want to get it any good on 3S or not. You know what I mean? So that's what I really enjoy about your channel is like the unboxing and then of course the monster trucks. You can't, you know what I mean? Like you can't forget those. But I will go ham on the racing channels, like all the Trigger King and all that stuff. I just love that stuff.
And I'm gonna have a whole lot more monster truck stuff coming now.
That's good.
I was doing a whole lot of stuff that I didn't really. I mean, I did it because people wanted me to, and it wasn't really what I wanted to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But the monster trucks are definitely my favorite, and that goes to bashing stuff too, like the X Maxes and the Creightons and Outcasts and those bigger wheeled truggy style monster trucks.
Yeah.
But even like the DB, the Desert Buggy Pro, that stuff. I mean, the basher stuff is definitely my favorites, but. But I definitely will be doing more monster trucks. There's a lot coming through the end of the year. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
And
RC conspiracies.
RC conspiracies.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, but also it's stuck in my backpack. But also I got this the ZEI to build.
Oh man.
So that'll be one. I've got a ZER. Oh no, a JER chassis coming as well. JERRC.
That is so cool.
He's got
Does Freestyle sell that cantilever? Does Freestyle sell just a cantilever?
No.
Do they? No, you got to get the whole package.
Yeah, but look at the dropout on that.
I know. Oh my gosh, that's like I'm
this
a TNF baby.
The slow mo monster truck. Like I'll just do slow motion of this going like that off of jumps.
See, it's so cool because like. Got the ultimate basher down there. You got the guy that does everything, and then I'm just straight kind of shelf queens. I'll play with them, but I'm kind of shelf queen. So we got a good mix of the different aspects of the RC thing, and I like mine to look like shelf queens, but I'll use them.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I think about shelf queens.
Yeah,
it's my $1,500 ZRD.
Oh my gosh. And that's what scale is that?
I'd say 10th, but
really,
it's I mean, it's just still the same bodies and tires and just the shocks mount a little bit higher and it's heavy.
It's a Savage shocks, right?
Yeah,
the super like 160 mil shocks.
Man, I really would like to see like an 8th scale or like an 8th scale monster truck, like SMT 10 style. That'd be so cool. Maybe there is one, I just don't know, but.
8 scale?
Yeah.
Well, if they could get the scaling right on the 10th scale, I think we'd be better off knowing what is 8 scale.
That's true.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the Sen Racing say they're 10th scale. The Axial say they're 10th scale.
Yeah.
That's kind of been an RC thing, though, right? Like, it's always been like that. Like, nobody.
And a lot of times they base it off of parts that go into it, like the motors they use, the other like even the short course, you know.
Well, we were talking, Cody. You and I were just talking about, what was it? We were talking about. I don't remember.
A lot of stuff.
I just blanked on it. I had a whole point and I just forgot.
Yeah, too many stuff, man. We just go at it, man. So it's all good.
Oh well.
Find something else.
Actually, Tony, you were a part of this too. It was the wheels. It was the fact that we don't have a true to scale wheel.
Oh yeah.
Well, for the trucks, right? So the SMT10s, I feel like the 2.6s are too big.
Yep.
The 2.2s are too small.
Why don't we have a 2.4?
But actually, like the body itself in the, if you have that SMT10 body, but then the wheels go like to the fronts of it, kind of weird. Like too long of a wheelbase.
Wheelbase.
Yeah. If you keep it stock, I've shortened my wheelbase to kind of fit in it, but then it looks stubby. You know.
I just want somebody to like take pictures and measurements of them and be like, boom, here is an exact 1/10 scale truck or an 8th. I would prefer an 8th scale, honestly.
Yep, exactly.
Here is an exact scale of this truck. You're welcome, and then be like, oh yeah.
Wow, he did it.
They did it. And we know this one is that size, but because they're doing the Clodbuster tires, and then they're doing the, because those are meant to then fit on the rims that were already available for Clodbusters.
Yeah.
But then we're fitting them to our SMT10s. But then you've got like the wider version ones, like the Pro line, and then the narrower ones.
Those
like
things are so
Firestorms.
wide. Yeah.
They drive really good though.
Really?
As well as So,
I don't know. I think if they did it if somebody made an A scale, like a true A scale, I think the 2.6 would be the right size. The ones that are out right now. For an 8 scale. Yeah, I think it would be the right height and the right width. But a 2.4 wouldn't be bad. That's not a bad idea. But I don't think.
Let's do it. Let's just do it. We're gonna.
The munitions look good. I think they look good. I just don't like that they're pre-mounted.
Yeah. They're a little soft. The sidewalls are a little soft, which
Put a little
kind
harder
of adds a
foam
little
there.
suspension, but it also kind of rolls a little bit.
That's good for me. That'd be good for me.
Yeah, and when I watched what Big America does with them, really cool. Speaking of Big America, Chris Giangelo asked, what page do you guys look at the most on Instagram?
Go ahead, Garrett.
All of us are a given, so start with something after that.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna my own. I don't know,
True, right? Because you always read all the comments.
Yeah. Honestly, I really don't. As awful as this is, I tried my best to build community amongst everybody that is kind of into my stuff. And so if they're into my stuff, I try to visit their pages. I do visit
kind of a like for a like kind of a thing.
Yeah, but I don't.
But better, more community based.
Yeah, because I'll never
2020-ish.
I'll never say like for like. I'm sub for sub. No. Let's be friends. Let's get to know each other, and maybe we can help each other out one day. Okay. And and. So I really like.
So he hasn't answered yet. So he's really dodging this. I
am. Yeah. I honestly don't I'll go to Big America stuff, but only because it's okay. So
he likes slow motion monster trucks and anything that has that.
Yes. Yep. That's it. So Cody, go ahead.
Speaking
that
because was way too long.
I like anybody page that posts monster truck stuff. Whether it's real stuff or RC stuff, I like that. But for the most part, I'll go through the reels and look for funny memes. Other than that, I'm on YouTube. I'm not really on Instagram for content. But if I am on there when I'm doing posts and I'm actually on there communicating with you, that's the funnest part I think for Instagram for me is communicating and talking and interacting with people and building a community. I think that's more fun than just consuming content. That helps, but yeah, I like monster trucks, real or RC. That's what I like looking at. on
So
Instagram.
I like Monster Jam Fans Germany, who just commented and jumped in here. His stuff is great. He
Yes,
posts
that's
pictures
true.
of my hats, places. It's really cool. But since both of you guys didn't answer the question at all, you both get 0 points. And I'm going to go ahead and just say Citizen RC and RC Lemonade, man.
That's
Okay.
right.
Fresh
man.
squeezed
Those are my
RC.
guys, man.
Yeah.
Those are my guys.
They're not
But-
necessarily monster trucks, but they
No.
throw some in every once in a while.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
least Citizen RC. Their slow-mos are epic.
I started out
Citizen's
watching
got-
Citizen a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that's
got
why
a
I
new
got
prop.
the Kyosho Rampage Outlaw something pro.
Sure.
And yeah, because
Yep.
of that
You seen-
dropout.
That's beautiful. It
He
is.
just
You guys-
raffled
you
it and
guys
I
are-
didn't win, so
You guys seen Citizen's
How
new
dare
prop,
you?
right?
I didn't even enter, but I still should have won.
You guys seen his new prop?
It's like
you
the
guys seen his
lotto.
new prop? Have you
Yeah.
seen his new prop?
Oh, the printer? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
Not
followed
nearly
him.
as cool as the MacBook.
No.
Nah.
No,
See,
no,
he
no.
did
The
something right there.
MacBook worked.
He was
Yeah.
he was like the original RC Peacock. Like, he was peacocking
I don't
on
know
Instagram.
what you mean, but I'm kind of
Yeah, I don't-
kind of interested.
So okay, so like there's a
Let's-
so peacocking is a thing like where
I don't
like
know.
you never heard of that at
Dude,
all?
I'm old, man. I don't know.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so
Is that like planking or something?
so peacocking is like when you see a guy who's like wearing something like really bizarre, but girls like dig it and they're like, they go talk to him or whatever. That's called peacocking when you have something like really crazy, whatever. So that was his version of peacocking was the Mac.
I don't
If
know.
Instagram were Tinders for RCs, I'd be swiping right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Captain Chalou says it's the stunts for Big America. He
Yeah.
does some cool stunts. I'll give him that.
He does.
I want to build that little ramp he's got with the. I want the dimensions, and I'm sure he won't give them. I'm sure he's like an RC racer where it's like all privacy.
Yeah.
But the dimensions on that thing are wicked. Like the
They
pops
are.
that he gets off of that are.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'll tell you
So-
what. The reason that I didn't say that I go to his page very often is because I try to stay away from it because I get triggered when I go.
You wish you were doing some of that stuff still.
It
'Cause
yeah.
it's what you were doing, man. It's like
Yeah.
the pops to the nose wheelies. And
It's exactly the same. Just he does it. His video quality is better because he's not filming
he's
at
outside.
2 in the
For one.
morning
Yeah.
inside. Like I'm like when I used to do that stuff, I would film legitimately from like midnight all the way to like 4 or 5 in the morning, and just but I don't have lights because my kids are sleeping sometimes in that room.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a little jealous. I am a little jealous of him.
Yeah.
Citizen,
Well,
I was always intrigued by Citizen's the clarity of his videos. I don't know how
Yeah.
like it's so clean and the slow mo, but
It's
that,
outdoors. It's sun. It's Texas, and he gets that really crisp, like sandy, dirty, like the dirt that they've got there, just like
It's beautiful.
crumbles. It just crumbles
Yeah.
in a way
And
that's like
Yeah.
like-
It's so satisfying. It is.
you
And
just
with
wanna watch
lemonade,
it.
with Lemonade, he's a drifter, so I'm
Yeah.
into that too. So
Well,
I
and the
love all
burnouts, right? The smoke.
Well, yeah. I love all the remakes he does. The scaled down versions of the real stuff. I love that
Yep.
stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
few-
So also somebody saying that the sounds that he has,
Oh yeah.
they're
Yeah,
on
that he
point,
has-
man.
You know what's funny is I wanted to do that, but
That's
then I
true.
was like, with my slow mos, I wanted to do that, but then I was like, I don't have time to like go search the sounds and time them. I don't have time for that. And
He does,
but
apparently.
It does make the videos better. It really does. It makes the videos better.
Yeah.
It's
Sit-
tough to time it out. Overkill
Yeah.
RC here. He says he's jealous of that dirt as well.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. Overkill.
That-
RC, he was like one of the original SMT10 guys.
yes, he was. He got me. He's the one that pushed me over the edge.
Yep. And
Like,
I'll tell you
I
what,
love-
actually.
He's
so
the one that made me not buy one right away. Actually,
Nah!
when I saw how slow it was, I said,
Yeah.
I am not spending $400 on that truck. Like,
Yeah.
It was a little bit too much for how fast
Yeah.
that was.
it's like a
Yeah.
35 turn motor.
Mm-hmm.
27
was like-
originally. Yeah.
Was it 27 still?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, it
looked
was
like
horrible.
a 35.
It
just
was
looked-
very slow. Yeah.
I was like, what would I do with this? So when I bought it, I didn't even run it. Like, I literally bought it for the racing, and I said, I'm still new to RC at this point when these came out. Like,
Okay.
Mhm.
you know, I started with the Stampede. I got the SCX10 after I failed and went with the Yeti and thinking it would crawl. And then I had a low seat. That was like second, whatever. So finally I get to this thing and I'm like, well, that thing sucks. Like, it's so slow. What would you ever do with that? My Stampede was faster than that thing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is like ridiculous. So I literally went in there and said, okay, you guys are doing racing. What do I need to race?
Yeah.
They literally like gave me the castle system, a new servo, a servo saver, metal links. I mean, I was like $800 out the door to get that thing going. Metal gears for the transmission.
You had to have them because those original gears were awful.
Oh man, they're
so
in
bad.
that one I'm sending you.
Okay.
So you can just take those and chuck them, man.
I'm gonna burn them up. I'm gonna burn them up on purpose.
That was the nice thing about them.
Just melt them.
Yeah.
We want to see the smoke.
That was the nice thing about the re-releases. They included the metal gears in the
and
transmission.
they dropped the price. There's $300.
I think they did a really good job on the re-release.
12-turn motor.
And they fixed the ESC issues.
Yes.
Yeah, that drag brake's awesome.
I burned, I'm not kidding you. I burned 4 ESCs when I first got it.
Yeah.
You know? And I thought I was doing something wrong.
I didn't because I took I didn't even drive it the first time. And then I bought the Max D because they had a super sale at Tower. And it was like $275 or something.
Yep.
And so like, well, I'll do a whole unboxing of this one and show. We'll put it on 3S and show people. It could barely get over the little plastic ramp to do it. Like, it didn't jump. It like kind of fell over the other side. And I was like, no, I ain't doing a video on this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was bad.
If it were me, I probably would have done a video and be like, hey guys, this is what you're dealing with. Because I'm working on a video right now with the Outcast 8S. And my first time running it, dude, I did a backflip. Well, I was running the stock gearing, which I knew I should not do. It's kind of a lemon when you're running the stock gearing. It is. Yeah. Other than that, if you throw a bigger pinion, 23 tooth it comes with, or like I'm running a 26 and a 25. So on that, it's awesome. But I was trying to show that it wouldn't backflip with the stock gearing.
You were trying to bend it.
I was, what I did was I landed on the roof thinking this is the safest thing. Like with the X-Max, no big deal, right? Well, it turns out it's a big deal because the battery trays fell completely out and the body just smashed in. And I was like, all right, well, don't do that. You know, hey,
I don't know how you bastards do it, man. I just don't know how you guys do it.
It's all for entertainment, dude. They really
broken stuff laying around.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, I know how much this stuff costs. I'm not trying to just it just hurts my heart.
I wouldn't do it if I wasn't filming.
Yeah, no, I get it, but still it's like, man.
It's more painful when you do it and you're not filming. That's for sure.
Man. I couldn't. All the money, you know, Tony, you know just as good as I do how much money, you know, goes into these bashers, and it's not worth it if you're not getting something back, you know. As far as, even if it's just like, for me, it's just entertaining people. I don't make money on YouTube yet. One day, you know, but so far it's all for free. And so I'm spending, I mean, this year I had to have spent, I mean, probably like $5,000, honestly, on stuff.
Say it louder.
I don't want to say it louder.
It's normal,
I won't
man.
even go there. I won't even.
Yeah, we know his garage. We know his setup.
This year's been brutal, man.
It's kind of depressing. It's kind of depressing. But
I could have had probably a sweet side by side thinking about it.
Oh no. Oh man.
Oh God. Yeah. So that's welcome to our lives. Cody, you got to start doing it. You just got to let go.
I did.
Oh,
I started my slash conversion. I have a slash conversion monster truck with the Raptor, the J Console Raptor. You know, the new
that don't count. It don't count. It's a slash.
As long as you're doing slow mo, you get it going. Right?
No. But listen, no.
You better send that sucker.
I put 3S. You saw the video. I put 3S. I was doing backflips on it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, I was doing it. I mean, that thing.
Okay.
It's too fast, man. I ruined that body that I spent so much time on, man. It's
Good.
done.
Good.
So yeah, I'm starting, and that's the truck to do it with. It's like a little baby X-Max, you know. So
Those slashes are tough, man. They are really, really tough. Not
I would
mine.
never-
Mine, it's sitting over here. And the first time I ran it, I
just put a sticker over that Amsoil one. You'll do better.
yeah, yeah, probably. The gosh, man, I broke the magnet inside the motor, and then basically I also burned out the ESC. So it was great.
Wow.
I'm buying a
Okay.
475 custom body for my Cloudbuster. It's a retro. Is that the price of it?
That's awesome.
Here's what they say. We spend at least 300 pounds a month in just.
Wow.
That's like 350 USD probably.
Yeah, roughly.
375.
Yep. That's a lot. I mean, I would love to be doing
Chris
that.
is saying that's the price. Holy cow!
Wow.
That's
Wow.
hefty.
This is another one I show. I just picked this up in
Yeah,
the World Finals, a Pro C to match kind of my other one, so I can have two that kind of handle similarly.
wow.
I noticed with Jason Rona, he had 4 of them that were pretty matched, and
Yeah.
so every time he went out, he was feeling the track the same way. and getting
Smart.
a lot of runs that felt the same. All 3 of mine were different.
Yeah.
And so every time I was like, what do I do this time? Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what it's going to handle like.
Yeah. That's kind of like
But, yeah.
Cooperstown, the Cooperstown RC,
Yeah.
or Cooperstown Racing. He has
Kyle.
a bunch of Kyle. He has a bunch of different trucks. And he's the guy that I was going to buy the racehorse from. We're good buds. And but I don't get it. Like, I would want the same truck over and over and over, so I know what I'm doing.
Does Jason have all SMTs? Is that what he was running?
They cut these foams or something.
Really?
There's
I've done
some
that.
magic going on here.
I've done that. I've actually cut the foams on one of my sets to have a little bit of air gap. That was a little
Wow.
off-road trick that I was doing when I was racing off-road. Just get
What
a
is-
little
And
bit
they're
of air
very
gap.
vented. Like, here's 2 vents, here's 2 vents, here's 2.
Mhm.
Is that just so you're
So I
not?
got this ready to run, basically, minus radio.
Wow.
But that's
So-
what I did with my last one from them last year.
Tony, how did
Yeah.
you do? How did you do there? I mean, I know you had
Terrible,
fun,
man. I did awesome.
but you had fun, though.
Awesomely bad.
I did see
You
your
had
run.
fun.
I saw your one run on YouTube,
Well, I did. So, which run was that?
or maybe it was a
I
freestyle
posted
run.
Jason Rona's run.
Oh,
So I had one with my Pro C that was okay freestyle. It's all right.
Mhm.
It was too big of an area
It was huge.
to concentrate on.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just going to be that right side with those like jumps they'd set up, and it was going to be a separate thing for the big air. But it was kind of, they just made it all open, and it was, I don't know. I won where I was standing, couldn't focus on doing all of getting around all over.
Yeah. That's
Um,
tough.
But
No,
I built. They had that little weighted wheel for like rolling the tracks and all that, and I'd kick some dirt up to it to make it a little backflip.
Oh
ramp.
yeah.
And I hit it with one, and I totally didn't get it with the SMT10, the
That sucks.
Megalodon. I just went way too huge, and because I'd never got a practice hit on it after I did it. Like, they were literally racing, and I'm filming, and then in between races, I was throwing dirt, kicking dirt, up and stamping it in to try and make like a little kick.
That's
to
so
it.
good. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody saw it, and so I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna go hit this thing, and I just poof, like, it hit weird, and but by where we were running from, I was like 50 feet away from it, like, so it's hard to line it up. And all that.
That's crazy. And you know, speaking of that, like,
I don't know
this
how you
thing
guys
that's
do it.
This thing that's coming up, this virtual thing, I don't know how it's gonna go. Like, honestly, I'm excited for it, but
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
to freestyle
So-
without edits and all that is going to be very interesting.
I just want to say though that Chris Cirillo killed it out there, and so did Sierra or CC. Those two, like, they just ripped that whole area just like
Really.
hard. And
Really?
I'm thinking, like, this is my game, man. Like, all I do in my backyard is like just rip it. And like
Yeah.
you see the videos, some of them I'll just be talking as I do it, and I'll run for 10 minutes, maybe crash once that I have to kick it over.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
flip over in the first 20 seconds the first time, and I'm like, what the heck?
Nerves
like,
got to you.
the people watching, like, that's why I do videos alone, man. Like,
And they're like, yeah, Tony's going.
like,
Tony's going.
it's like peeing in a trough urinal. Like, you just kind of get that stage fright when you get there, and you just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I just
You know,
pretend I pretend that I know what I'm doing, and then
Well, I tried to
not
do
so
that,
bad.
and I was terrible. That's when I did my mic drop with the remote.
Yeah.
Done.
Yep.
Well, shout out to RC Amigos for hosting this thing that's coming up. I don't know if anybody knows about it. But
Yeah,
we're gonna
so
try
RC
this
Amigos
MC.
doing a challenge on Instagram for those that are not knowing. Go ahead, Cody.
Oh, I was just gonna say, we're trying this out and seeing if it can even be a thing. I know we're all kind of cooped up and where we're at, but more than that, I think it's cool to just get the RC monster truck community on Instagram together and try to do something. You know what I mean? Like that, like Garrett was saying earlier, it's like trying to build community on there. I think that's fun. I know a lot of guys go on Facebook. I just deleted my Facebook, so I'm missing out on a lot of
Good for
monster
you.
truck stuff. I can't stand Facebook. I've never liked it, and I got on there and I had to delete it. I can't do it. But anyway, to get everybody, together on as a community and do stuff together, I think it's cool. And I do enjoy everybody's pages and seeing what's going on. But to do something together, I think hopefully this will be good and it'll be something we can keep doing and maybe change it up a little bit. But it's going to be interesting to see what people come up with. Not having, I mean, you got to film it or have somebody film it, not slow-mo, no edits. Like, it's got to be interesting too. So it's going to be, you know what I mean? Like, it's different if you're trying to, produce something, but to try to like do something that's not just a camera in one space and you're trying to freestyle and it's like 20 feet away. It's like,
you need it on a selfie stick and you got to walk with it, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you have. That's what you use, Tony, right? You use a selfie stick.
I did it with the Kevin Talbot did it for YouTube, one of these, and it was like a minute or minute and a half that you had. It's really frustrating because you do get to like try things because it's not live. He's saying we'll do it live, but you're not doing it live, and so you have like you just keep trying and trying to get a better run, it can be really frustrating to do, and so that's what happened with my Kevin Talbot one. I ended up using my first run because I didn't like anything after it that I did. And I also ended up destroying the car by that point. So
yeah. That's what I'm afraid of too. You know what I mean?
I even took it and fixed it once, and then destroyed it again.
That's what. So that was like the biggest. Probably since I've been doing the RC thing, there was the most pressure on me that I've had the whole time during that Kevin Talbot stuff because he was doing the 2-wheel skill stuff. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a challenge. They did the freestyle challenge both times. He's like, yeah. Trailer Trash RC, you should get this. I'm like, oh my god, like, come on. and the SMT, I mean, it was broke as it was, and so I'm like having to fix it. And then my run that I had to submit, I only had front wheel drive. And I'm really scared that that's going to happen again for this, because no doubt I can string together an incredible run if the truck stays together.
I will mail you this stuff tomorrow, and I'll do like the postal whatever, the
cool, man. Yeah,
2-day 3-day thing, whatever.
Awesome.
Priority.
Incredible.
Like I said,
I'm so excited.
If we can figure out a film in real time and it's interesting, I think it'll be good. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I say let's have fun and see how it goes, and whatever it is. At least we tried, and if it's a dud, it's a dud. We'll try something else next time. Maybe it's just grab everybody's. Yeah, no, I think it'll be fun. Let's try it and see. So
I broke most of my stuff though this weekend, so I gotta fix it. Plus, I gotta build something to do it on because the backyard's tore up, and I don't have anything really to do it on out here. So I guess I could go to Digger's Dungeon and do it and cheat. They've got a pretty sweet setup over there. So.
Hey, you know what? No one's gonna be mad if you do that.
Rad.
Nope.
That will be
you saw
awesome.
when I did the Primal RC there with the backflip, right?
That's
that track
so
is
cool.
sick, man.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like a legit mini Monster Jam track.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna do mine, I think, in my living room because I can set it up to where it's almost like a baseball stadium kind of deal, and I got enough
Keeping it
space.
small is better, man.
Yeah, 100%.
I think so.
It looks better, and because I got this mount on here, like on my remotes for my GoPro to sit on.
Oh,
And,
nice. What, did you just glue it on
Oh
The
yeah.
sticker, right?
there?
Well, it does stick, but I just glue it because
okay.
I was having a problem where they were coming off. I started gluing them because I was trying to catch my X-Max.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, when you're dropping trying to catch your X-Max, that'll happen.
Yeah. So, but I just started gluing them, and I don't have any issues anymore. So I use shoe glue for like everything.
Yeah. It's like toothpaste.
Yeah, I'm excited. I will say I'm really excited for this because I'm just happy that somebody was like, hey, like let's just do this in the Instagram community, because we were already doing it in the YouTube thing, and that kind of really fell apart once nobody was quarantined anymore. And so I'm really excited now that it's going to be like this group of people who are actually passionate about monster trucks, all together doing it. And I think that we could really.
And it doesn't seem like, I don't see why we couldn't do it once a month, even. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree.
Like change it, have different winners, keep a bracket going. You know what I mean? Like give points for.
Let's do a series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
why not?
Like 10.
I'm
points
all
for
about
first,
that.
or however many people there are, count them down, right? And then at the end, add up points.
Right. And
we're hijacking it. RC Amigos. You gotta keep track of all this.
He's like, dude, this is already hard enough. I already got 10 projects. We don't need to
Get
change
your
it
calculator out.
Yeah, he's such a good guy,
do
man.
the work.
Yeah,
you go to it. Get to it.
Yeah, no, he's such a creative, awesome guy, man. I mean, just the stuff he comes up with in the artwork and the ideas and just the execution is insane. That guy is a special guy, man.
Yeah, he's doing stuff I couldn't because I'm not organized enough. So,
well, I say we do it, man. I think it'd be rad.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I agree with that idea of doing like a series. I think that's really incredible, like once a month kind of deal.
Well,
yeah.
once we see
how do it too much because it's work, but
But I think once we figure
out 2 weeks or whatever we figure out and like end it after 6 or whatever. A thing,
Yeah.
I think it'd be rad.
I think we figure out what it ends up looking like too, and how hard it was to get it to look how it looked. If it's like where it's like, okay, we should just take your best slow-mo pick or your best trick or best something else, next time. Or, whatever. I mean, we'll see as it happens. We're gonna
start doing 2-wheel competitions.
Yeah.
What is it? The donut competition?
Yeah.
Arena.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, you know who's gonna win that one? Anybody that has rear steer.
Yeah, we'll be adding it to all of them.
That's
one of my next plans is to do an SMT10 rear steer build video. Show you how to do it.
There you go.
And set it up with the trigger so you can.
I'll be watching that. I'll be watching that one.
It's wicked cool where you're doing it like the real truck. Set it to like 20%, so it's all on, all off, and
wow,
it's wicked fun. You
just
switch.
Just get a ground pounder.
No, the ground pounder doesn't do it right. They don't have it set
up
right.
I know.
You have to click through like 100 things just to get back. With this, you like literally push forward, it turns right. You pull back, it turns left.
Wow,
it's like a real truck
on the thumb. It's like the real deal.
That is so cool. Yeah, I'm excited to get this competition going. It's going to be really, really fun.
Yeah, and I'm excited just to the camaraderie that we're building, and everybody's connecting now, and I think that's cool. Just with everybody being kind of cooped up and locked up or whatever, and it's really cool. I think that part of it too, for me anyway. I'm really enjoying getting on these and getting on the live now, and I was kind of like, I don't want to do that, but it's fun to talk to people. I like talking to people. So
I no longer hate the people that I hated previously because now we're working together.
Okay, I see where that is going. There's some jealousy issues that
I really don't hate anybody. Actually, I love everybody. I really do.
Yeah, you don't got no hate, man.
I was a little upset though.
It's all good.
Yep.
I remember. So, who would? Voders won the Talbot one.
Yeah, that sucker.
Yeah, his was a pretty good run.
You love him. That's your best friend, huh?
We're buds. We're
Yeah,
buds.
man.
We mostly just troll each other all the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So what needs to happen is I need to text Ryan Anderson and say, dude, we need to do this week. So he texted me on my way back from Connecticut and said, hey, let's play in the dirt. You know, I'll bring my stuff up and build that track in your backyard. So I need that to happen before this weekend.
yes,
Yeah.
Because I need some jumps going on,
dude.
to do some fun stuff on.
Have a Ryan Anderson built track. Yeah, you'll win.
Oh man,
you'll win.
We'll just get points for that, right? Just like
Yeah,
boom.
yeah. That's. I think maybe I'll just fly out to Canada and then me and Mikey will make a video together, and then I'll go on his V2 vids and say, hey guys, you gotta go vote for me.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm thinking is actually letting Ryan drive the truck for me and I'll just film it and pretend it's me.
Yeah,
like,
you just
so
gave away
awesome.
you gave away the secret, man. You could have got away with it, man.
Because he can wheel an RC, man. He is wicked. Him and his brother Adam are wicked with the RC monster.
Yeah,
trucks.
they're really great drivers. Dude, they drive 12,000-pound trucks, you know, and they're just
They should be able to do a 6-pound truck, right?
You would think.
Yeah.
It's not, honestly, I'll say that
drivers are drivers, man.
Yeah, and that's it. That's why because Mikey one day he asked me, he's like, well, what makes you think that you'd be such a good monster truck driver? I was like, I just know that I would be. You know, it's like I just know, and because I know I'm a heck of a driver. Now we'll see. It will happen one day, and you remember this conversation, and we'll see. Maybe I won't be so good. But,
you can. Those things are made for a guy like you, man. That's the Bashmobile, actual monster truck. You know what I mean? If you could break,
I don't want to have to fix it.
I was telling you guys in the pre-show stuff when we were setting all this up. We were in Connecticut, and in Connecticut, they have the ability to. They have like a drive truck that you can pay like $595 and you get to drive a real monster truck.
What?
Do sky wheelie, all that stuff up in Connecticut, man.
No
wow.
way.
So we were right there, probably an hour and a half away. And I'm just like, can we please stop and do this? My wife's like, no, I got to get back to work. And I'm just like,
unbelievable.
I understand because you have a very important job and it lets me have a lot of fun and whatever. So, but I otherwise would have wanted to do that.
That would be fun.
Skip whatever and drive a real monster
hey,
truck.
Can't you just take one day, half a day off, maybe? Like, come on.
Well, she's already taken off 2 days to let me go up and race RC monster trucks. So
I get it.
Say?
I get it.
There's really only two trucks I'd actually want to drive in real trucks. It's Bigfoot 11 and Fred Schaefer's Dodge.
Why
Barefoot.
limit yourself, man? I just want to drive a monster truck.
Those are because I like the
whether
I like
drive
the
no monster
part.
trucks or drive any monster truck.
I like
I'm driving any
part,
monster
man.
truck.
I like the racing part. I grew up on that. That's my
so
love.
you would choose not to drive any monster truck because it's not one of the two that you want.
He doesn't like the newer ones. He doesn't like how they're built.
Well, do you think this is a new one that they let you drive for $600?
Here's the thing.
Really?
Here's the thing.
It's got to be something somebody bought from somebody in the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
That's true.
Yeah, I'd have to see what truck. I'm a weird car guy, man. I'm very particular. I've been around so many cars, so many vehicles, and I have my acquired taste now.
I am not. I'm not picky. You let me drive one that will slap wheelie and jump, and I will get in it and I will push that gas pedal to the floor.
I just want to
steer it into the corners and just have some fun.
Yeah, I was actually there was a point where I was very close to trying to convince my wife into getting one of those older ones, like from the 90s, because Fred is it Fred Schaefer? No. Who is it? No, geez. No.
Fred Reed.
Paul
Schaefer.
So, because Paul Schaefer,
Monster Patrol.
I found this out.
Yeah.
You're trying to buy Monster Patrol?
No, but I wanted to buy one.
That would have been sick.
That would have been. I wanted to buy one of his older trucks because they happened to be. So here's the story. So you know the story already of how I visited Tom Mentz's shop, right?
Yep.
And like I kind of snuck in.
I know it, but maybe other people didn't. He kind of was creeping. He was driving by.
Yep.
And on Instagram stories, he's doing a whole, like, he went from singing stuff to like, hey, I'm at Tom Hanks' place.
Yeah.
And how did this happen? I just happened to be driving by here. So I'm going to wander around the property, knock on some doors, and hope to run into somebody. He just walks into an open door and like, hey, there's a truck. Next thing you know, he's inside of the truck. And the police show up. What's the story? Like,
That's basically exactly what happened. So
I thought so.
So I knew because
true story.
So the real story is that I was actually on my way to Champaign, Illinois, for work, and so Champaign, I got so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I had just found out that Horizon Hobby is like stationed there. And so I was like, dude, perfect. So I was ready to go there, and I'm driving. And as I'm on my way there, I drive by this sign that says Paxton, Illinois. I'm like,
so he went out of his way to go there.
It was no.
It's sign. It's like detour.
Hey,
we all
detour.
We all do that. We all do that.
So I was like, all right, on my way back, I'm going to try to find this place because I know Tom's shop is somewhere out here. And so I'm hitting up Instagram on my way back, like, hey guys, does anyone know like where this is at? Because some people had been to, like the track that he has at his house and all this stuff, whatever. So I was trying to figure it out.
Comments so I can find him.
Maybe have his beeper number so I can catch him about my whereabouts.
Oh man, yeah, the
sounds
beeper.
Like a drug deal going down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Everybody has the contact infos.
So basically, somebody had told me like, hey, all you got to do, like, they did the stalking for me. They pulled up like Google Maps and found it, and so I went. And it was just off the highway, so it was like not out of my way at all. And I'm like driving a little bit. I see these huge Monster Jam BKT tires, and I'm like, all right, well that's it. And Tom has a motorcycle shop, and so
we all need that.
Well, okay, you're right.
Follow everything he does. So I knew all about his motorcycle shop way before you mentioned it just a second ago.
So
because it's a big deal to me.
Yeah.
I know about his motorcycles and what he's selling because that's one
I got broccoli in the fridge. I got broccoli in the fridge.
Right? I did know that actually. So
see you, Monster Jam fans, Germany. It's late there.
Yeah,
Thank you for the support, man. See you, RC Amigos. Pablo, We'll catch you later.
Yes.
Hopefully you'll be back.
Yes. But yeah, so I
snuck in
there.
Go to bed. When the
We'll
kids
see you
go
guys
to bed,
later.
We're putting you to
probably.
sleep. It's like, counting sheep here.
Yep.
So, okay. So you
rode motorcycles
had
with
accomplices on Instagram
Yes.
help you
Yep.
to trespass on
Yes.
Tom Mentz's property.
That's exactly what happened.
And they were your accomplices. And how did this all go down?
It gets worse. Okay.
Okay. This is good. I followed this on Instagram, by the way, through your story. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah. So basically, I go into the motorcycle shop part, and I'm like, hey, there's these two older people. And I'm like, hey, is there any monster truck stuff here? And they're like, no, there's no monster truck stuff here, but they sell Tom Mentz shirts at the Family Dollar or something down the road. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. And I'm like, do these people think I'm stupid? Like, there's literally like a whole huge shop, like place, obviously there's like huge bays that monster trucks go into and stuff. So I was like, all right, whatever. Like, you have monster truck tires in the back, whatever. So I was actually going to leave. I really was going to leave, but I was like, well, before I leave, I'm going to go back by these tires. They were the Maxi Fire tires. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm just going to go, take some video by this. And then, so as I'm doing that, I was literally leaving. I was like walking back to my truck, and I look to my right, and there's a bay, a big like semi bay open, and Colton Eichelberger's Max D is sitting right there. And my jaw just dropped. I was like, All
I
right.
have to go to there. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go. I have to right there. I'm
Tra-
going.
tractor beam.
Tina Fey. I have to
And
go to there.
there's like there's like signs, like Feld signs, all over the place because whatever. So
Because
and
that
so
has
I,
to do with motorcycles.
Yeah.
The Feld Motorcycle League.
right.
Yeah.
Like these people, man, come on. So
Woo!
and there's
You
even a
set
sign.
Maybe
yourself
he
up,
never
man.
told them that it was back there. And they didn't know. That's an even better story.
Oh yeah,
They've
gotta
been
be it.
completely blind to the fact that there was an illegal Monster Jam thing going on
Oh,
in those
God.
buildings behind them.
You set yourself up, dog. Tony got all of them, man.
He
You
just-
set yourself up
This
for
is
that one.
what's happening. It's not supposed to be going down there.
No,
There's a tax problem, I'm sure.
it's a
that's
monster
going down
jam.
with it.
It's a monster truck ring.
It's a conspiracy.
There we go. Let's
That's
tie it
it.
all up. Let's
That's
tie it all
it.
together.
So yeah, so I go, and there's like these two people. They're working out of a trailer that was just parked right outside it. And I said, hey, I like peeked around the corner, like, hey guys,
I have a delivery for
I
the
was-
people inside of the building with the monster trucks in it. I have to hand deliver this, and I need a signature from Tom Mintz himself on this picture that I happen to have folded up in my wallet that I carry with me everywhere of Tom Mintz. But that is what they require for the signature to be on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. And so basically I was like, hey, I'm a huge fan. I also have a YouTube, whatever. And is it like, can I have a tour or something, whatever. And he was like, yeah,
I
sure.
think this is Disney.
Yeah, well, I asked, and he's like, yeah, sure. And I said, oh, okay. He said, probably shouldn't film though, because we have the trucks all tired down and all this stuff. I was like, all right, whatever. And I was a little disappointed about that. But he walks me in, and then Max D Fire is completely tired up and everything, just sitting there. And I was like, oh my gosh. He was like, yeah, you're lucky because we just had a group of school kids come in, because otherwise the truck wouldn't have been tired up or anything. I was like, all right, whatever, that's cool. And he's like, yeah, so
Can I take
Tom-
pictures of that one?
it
It doesn't break your rules.
my mind went there, but I didn't want to get kicked out. So I was like,
well, you already made it.
he said, yeah, Tom also happens to be here today. So he'll come out in a few minutes once he's off the phone, and you'll get you an autograph or something. I was like, all right, that's cool. I honestly don't care to have another Tom Mintz autograph. I already have
50 of them.
I have
Like
that
me.
that freaking body right there is signed by Tom, and yeah, a bunch of pictures and stuff when I was little and all. I don't care about autographs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever's available.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we went on, and we just talked. I was a little kind of fangirling a lot actually, and he's like, yeah, why don't you? We talked for an hour, and he was like, yeah, why don't you climb in the truck? I'll show you and whatever. And he turned the power on, not the engine, but the power. And he's like, yeah, you want to do the rear steer? I was like, yeah, the rear steer in Tom Mentz's truck. Yeah, okay. And so I got to do it, and I was just sitting in his seat, and he was just talking to me, and I was asking him all these questions, just totally fangirling, which I don't do
He's like,
that.
Here, hit the rear steer and leave.
He was, I mean, I definitely, I talked a lot, and I asked a lot of questions, and I told Mikey,
man.
I told Mikey later that day, I was like, dude, I totally just fangirled over Tom Mintz, and I'm a little ashamed. I couldn't help but freak out. I didn't know what to do.
Tom Mintz has been talking about you at all the Monster Jam shows since, probably. Dude, this one guy showed up at our place. It's like Area 51. Nobody knows about it. Those sweet old ladies I hired to try and shoo people away didn't work.
That's
And
kind
he
of
found us.
Yep.
Oh
Because he
man.
was taking pictures of BKTs. And
Yep. You know, it was even the worst part about it was I had told him, because I only had an Instagram at the time, I think, or maybe I had just started the YouTube thing, but I told him, I was like, yeah, this is what I do with RC cars and stuff, and he was like, oh wow, that's really cool, that sounds really interesting, I'd like to see that. And I was like, okay, cool. So I go to show him in my phone, and there's no service, and all of my stuff is in my iCloud, and so I'm like sitting there like waiting for it to load. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
like this could have been my big break. And
my grandson plays with those Spin Master toys as well. They're pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
See, you know what? You guys, I don't understand. Like, I'm like the biggest fanatic of monster trucks, and you guys, I just texted Ryan Anderson. I got the story with Tom Mintz. So I haven't met one. I met Bari at one of the Monster Jams up here, and he actually remembered my page because he commented on there. It was really cool. But other than that, man, you guys are meeting all my heroes and all the people that raised me as a child. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is insane. I wish
you got to move to the more of the sticks than you already are in.
Yeah,
I live in the West Coast, but I live in the sticks. I've been living in the sticks for a minute.
No, you got to move to like the
Midwest, man.
Midwest is the sticks of the U.S. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you got to move to the Midwest.
We have more opportunities. We've got the oddballs down on the Eastern Shore, but Outer Banks with the Currituck boys.
Well, that's true.
I totally would have did the same thing if Gene Patterson or Andy Brass or Fred Schaefer or somebody, one of the OGs was around just like that. I totally would have did this exact same thing.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, Tom Mintz is like my hero, right? He was the first guy that I ever saw drive a truck. So
yeah,
that's awesome. So that was pretty wild. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, totally. I'm not proud of that moment.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah. Cool story. Awful. Anyway, so about my hitting people with RCs, I guess.
Oh yeah, we need to get to that. You totally crushed a kid.
Yeah.
He looked like he was probably 14.
Yeah.
And he's like Superman.
Yeah, so that's actually my brother.
He laughed.
At first
he cried.
He was on video.
At first, so it hit him, right? And I was probably going like 45 or so, something like that, probably. And it climbed the hill and it just hit him, and it knocked him off the hill. We're on this huge excavated hill, and he gets up, and at first he's like, he was fine, right? And then I was like, "Are you sure? You're sure you're fine?"
Dude,
and
you crushed
and he's like, "Yeah, that actually hurts a little bit."
And a rib breaker.
It could have been. Honestly, I was so relieved because I honestly thought that we were gonna have to go. We were on vacation. I thought we were gonna have to go to the hospital. I mean, getting hit that fast, especially at that angle, and oh my gosh,
it's like a bike wreck, man. It's like a bike wreck. It don't hurt at first. You got to play it off, and then you're like, oh my gosh, my spine is broken.
Yeah, I took the blame for it, even though I don't know why he was over there. Like, he knew what the goal was. And the goal
he was trying to get on YouTube, man. He's get that viral moment, man. These kids are.
Well, I thought, you know what? If there's gonna be one of my videos that goes viral, this has got to be it. And it didn't happen, so
it'll be on a fail army sometime.
Yeah, one day maybe.
Yeah, you'll get your redemption, or he will probably.
Yeah, probably.
He'll be on that redemption show with Rob Deerdick or whatever.
Rob Deerdick, yeah.
The man, I remember I hit my son. He was probably 4. I'd just gotten a Losi SCTE 10.
Sweet.
Losi 10 SCTE, and I just built my first RC track, which is where I made my logo from. I spray painted a board and stuck it out there for when my wife got home and saw it. And it had a few little jumps, and we were playing a game where he would go and run through them and jump. But I'd made it like so you'd go around a corner back out, and then you'd cut back through it. So you literally were jumping over cars that would be going underneath.
Over.
Yeah, and so you hit a berm and cut back through the jumps. I don't know what he did. So we'd done it a bunch of times. He'd come through and he'd jump it with his feet and round and do whatever, and I'd come behind him and jump. But we were never doing the cut back through. Well, he cut back through, and I literally, boom, side of the head with this short course truck, aluminum chassis.
Oh.
I thought I killed him. Like, it was hauling.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's
I couldn't have
Oh.
been more happier when he jumped up screaming his head off that he was alive, you know?
Oh my God.
I get
I
it.
totally thought I killed him, like
Yeah.
right the side of the head. and,
Wow. Wow. That is tough.
But he was like holding his knee. I'm like, dude, I just totally smashed you in the head. Well, he'd scraped his knee when he fell because it literally upended him, you know, and he just dropped.
The pain didn't settle in yet in the face.
He
It
never
was-
complained about it. He never got a bruise. So it must have just like he must have reacted and hit, you know, and kids are resilient for I don't know how.
Yeah. Well, except for when kids are weird, man.
I'll see you next Tuesday. He said, I spend most of my time actually trying to hit Billy.
That's so good.
No,
that's awful.
funny.
I did when I was doing, like you were talking about how I hit my daughter with my SMT-10 when I did the backflip.
Did you end up hitting her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did
you paused the video and it was like, did I or didn't I?
Yeah, it's because I didn't want that out there. Like I didn't want the bad press, you know.
CPS coming out to your knocking on your door.
Right. Well,
saying, hey, are you the guy that we got a call from about the Tom Mintz place? How are you hitting your kids with a Max D? This dude has issues.
Yeah. So that was my thing. I mean, I've had a really rough go with Instagram because I've had times where I was doing really well, and I've had times where Instagram's like hated me, and I'll get like one view on a video, and it's pretty wild.
I'm having that problem right now for whatever reason. I've been posting like a madman, and I've got 3 followers in 2 weeks, so I understand. I don't know what's happening.
You're not using random enough hashtags yet that have
That's
bajillion followers on them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You got to take a note from TikTok. You got to follow the billions.
I think, but what I think is happening when they introduce Reels on Instagram, I've noticed it's a lot harder because I don't use them, but I don't like that. I'm just saying since it's been introduced.
You say don't use them?
They don't get as many views right now.
Well,
really? The longer form videos don't seem to be getting the same kind of views that the less than
Instagram is like instant gratification. I mean, it's like right now, boom, 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 boom. But I've noticed ever since Reels was introduced as a new feature, it's kind of screwed up everything else and made it harder. It's like made it more muddier to like do.
I can tell you 2 things that are actually super popular on Instagram right now. Is like the carousels, like where you have multiple posts in one post. You know, where
you're
you
gonna say the Kardashians. All right, so something else is RC related.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm saying like when you post and you can swipe to the next thing, you swipe to the next thing, you swipe to the next thing. So you have multiple posts in one post. That's actually super popular. That is good for driving traffic to your page, and also apparently the shorter reels are doing really good. I'm getting like 3 times the views right now on those for the most part.
Yeah, RC Amigo, he posted that one video you seen where he's got that big cricket flying in his reels, and it's got a ton of views on that.
Yeah. So here's Overkill's what he says, and it's because they're bought by Facebook now.
Yeah.
So anybody that they think is like not just a regular person and is doing like channel type things or brand type things, they want you to pay, especially if you've said that you're a brand.
Yeah.
They want you to pay to promote your content. And that's the biggest issue I have with Facebook and having a page versus just being a person. If you're just a person and you post something, it goes to a much larger amount of your friends than it would if you have likes or subscribers to your page, because they want you to promote your post.
Yeah.
And the problem then with promoting your post is that they send it to a whole bunch of bots, and same with trying to get new followers with Facebook. You pay and do the advertising, and you do it the right way. You get a whole bunch of people that subscribe that are actually bots that are hiding themselves because they're doing Fiverr and other things where people pay to have them click. Well, they also have to do some of the ones that are just regular Facebook ones. Otherwise, people know that they're a bot.
Right.
So they cheat the system, and Facebook's okay with it. That's why they're okay with all the Primal RC stuff for $50 or $20 or
Yeah,
whatever
I
they
saw
try and
that.
say.
Yeah.
All those freaking advertisements, the people trying to sell cars, and you
Mhm.
can tell they're all taken at people's houses, but they
Yeah.
say that they're a dealer.
Yeah.
Facebook's just taking their advertising money because they
Yep.
could care less about you.
This
And
is why I got off.
they just want the money, man.
Yep.
And that's what sucks about those platforms completely.
I learned the hard way, for sure. I actually bought an X-Max motor for like I thought it might be a scam, honestly. And I tried to look up the company, and it seemed okay, but I couldn't tell. So I just went for it, and I used my PayPal so that way I could get the money back if necessary. And sure enough, dude, months later, I mean, I was trying to buy an X-Max motor.
You never
for like,
get anything, or did you get junk?
I never got nothing. I never got anything.
Yeah.
And so I complained to PayPal, and probably after a month, like they gave me my money back. But
But the fact that they're taking their advertisements and not looking at how crap linked their stuff is, like you have to send your advertisements away to be approved, and somebody's approving these, and
a bot. It's a robot.
I literally want to just get off Facebook, especially
You
with all
have
the
got
stuff that
it,
they're
yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Especially with the stuff that they're doing with the politics, and they're basically taking away your freedom to be able to talk about what you want to, and silence you from sharing things that they don't want you, or they say that they're the source on their or their knowledge on.
Yeah, same with
that
Twitter.
Kind of stuff pisses me off, man.
Yeah,
Twitter's useless anyway. Like I don't use it.
It's the toilet of the internet right there.
Stuff from Instagram automatically shares there, but I will never go there and respond to anybody that does anything to my post there. I won't have to go there.
Wow.
All those things you guys just said is exactly why I got rid of my Facebook. I actually ran a test because I was getting a decent amount of views and followers every month from my page. And so I wanted to see the difference. Like if I actually promoted, what would it do? And it equaled out. My posts were actually, I was doing better just posting for free than buying the ads. I would have to spend so much money to promote it to equal what I was doing just regular posts. So I was like, what's the point? I've already done the hard work, so I don't need this. So and then all that other stuff you just said was like, dude, I'm done.
The difference is YouTube will pay you and they will promote your content on their channel. Facebook wants you to pay them to promote your content on their channel, and they don't give you anything for it.
Yeah, it's not.
There's a big difference.
I just feel like
see you next Tuesday.
What did you say?
Feel like. What's that? What happened?
I'll see you next Tuesday is checking out. It's 4:15.
Oh,
I can't believe he's still awake. All I was saying is like, people are like, well, why don't you post your full videos on Facebook, whatever. I'm like, the difference is that I post it on Facebook and they want you to post it there because they won't share it. Like if you do it as a YouTube link, they bury it. They want you to pay for it. If you post a picture and then it's native to Facebook, it'll go to more people. But they're less likely to click the link anyway. But you don't make anything from it either if you post it on Facebook. So they want you to pay them on Facebook. On YouTube, they're paying you and they're promoting your stuff in the side. Because of your content that you're creating for them. And I just like that model better. I understand who the content creator is. And it's still not perfect, but I think it's definitely better at this point.
I love Instagram, and I hate that they're owned by Facebook. I honestly do. I love Instagram. It fits my personality and how I like to consume content, but I can't stand that they're owned by Facebook. I mean, just because of that whole thing, you have to have a Facebook account.
What's not owned by Facebook?
Well, I'm saying you have to have a Facebook.
No, I said what's not. I said what's not.
I'm just saying and Facebook, it just feels so. It's supposed to like make you feel like, oh, we're community and you can get hold of your friends and family, and it almost actually feels intrusive. Like I feel like you're like peeking through my window. You know what I mean?
Behind you just went out.
Yeah, we got it.
But if YouTube could figure out a way to do messaging right, they're already going in the right direction with the community for being able to post pictures.
Yep.
If they could do a way where I could tell people, hey, just message me on YouTube, then I probably would start getting rid of some of the other stuff because I don't honestly need it,
Yeah.
And they used to do more of it, but their messaging really sucked. And the
Yeah.
community doesn't really play in well with their whole YouTube studio yet. But if they
Yeah.
could get a tab in their studio app to be able to just see your community posts quickly,
Yeah.
because there's no quick way to get to those to look at who's commenting or
No.
whatever.
And the studio misses a lot of comments. I've noted, at least mine does for whatever reason. It doesn't show. Excuse me, my mobile
Especially
studio.
the reply
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, yeah. If YouTube can figure that out, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there all day.
But
Gotta work.
monster trucks. What are you guys' favorite monster trucks? We'll get this wrapped up here. I know it's getting late.
All right. Yeah.
17. Favorite monster truck.
Real or RC?
Real monster truck. And from
Real.
any time frame, doesn't matter. What is the one that's like, okay, that is my favorite monster truck.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I don't want to. I don't want to go first. I don't want to go.
You don't want to go. No, you go first. You've
Okay,
been going
actually-
first the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, my favorite is probably. I'm actually not gonna say that. I was gonna say my favorite is Team Men's, but it's not. It's my favorite all time has got to be the original Max D.
Okay. Maximum Destruction or
Yeah.
Max D?
Maximum Destruction. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the original.
Like style of the one up on your wall ish.
Yeah, without the spikes.
Before less spikes.
Yeah. Yeah, the Stampede version.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my favorite
Yep.
one.
Mine is 100% Bigfoot 8. Racer
8?
Stripe. Racer Stripe Bigfoot 8. Yep.
Okay.
Insane. When that thing came out, changed my life. So
Awesome.
yeah, for sure.
That is cool.
Yeah, that's
Very
easy.
cool. Well, thank you guys for joining in here. I'm the host, so I don't have to answer that, thankfully.
Oh man.
Come on, man.
Oh,
Yeah, man. I
You're a
have
muscle
too
truck
many
guy. You
favorites.
got to. You got to have one. You got to have one.
Well, Yeah, I
one.
mean, but mine
The
would go
one.
way back, man. I love the
Like
old
what?
stuff. I
Like
love
what?
the original Gravedigger, man. The old
Yeah,
school
Grandma.
Gravedigger. Grandma.
Grandma. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Grew up
You
watching that
would.
stuff. Michigan Ice Monster, USA 1. I remember
Oh
playing
yeah,
with those
USA
toys.
one. Yep.
Like
yep.
those were my top 3, because we're
So-
from Michigan, so Michigan Ice
Yeah.
Monster was cool, but Gravedigger, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was okay? So I want
So
to.
it's so cool to be down here by like Dennis. Like when I found out we were down by Dennis Anderson's place,
That's
I about
insane.
like threw
Yeah,
a
that's
fit,
crazy.
like
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm like, well, we have to go there.
Yeah.
Like today.
Had you
Yeah.
Once I found out, like I'm like, we're gonna make the drive. It's
Yeah.
from where we were originally. Is like hour and a half. I'm like, we're going.
That's still
Wow.
nothing though.
Yeah, that's real. So
But I'm not like like people are people to me. So
yeah.
yeah,
it's just like cool. I just wanted to see the trucks. Like
Yeah.
to me,
yeah. That's normally how I am, except for that one time.
Yeah.
one
I mean, it's like like
and
I'm.
it'll happen the next time too.
It's
but,
no. I think I got it out of my system, honestly.
yeah.
I was honestly just caught off guard because it was like one unexpected
I don't know.
thing
I
after
saw your
another.
video with Vodders at the where you took over his camera or whatever. That was kind of a little bit getting on the.
We weren't friends yet.
Yeah.
Friends yet.
So there's still
was-
that
Yeah,
girlish.
yeah. It was like our first time meeting. Actually, it was our very first time meeting.
and you just took over.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So
why they're
I
best
was
friends.
nervous. I mean, I was nervous because it's like he had a much bigger audience than me. Still does. So
He rolls his eyes at that. Still does.
yeah, it really has
Not
nothing.
deserved.
We won't get into that.
You need to catch a couple more X Maxes, man. You'll get there.
No, I'm not hurting myself for 500 views. It's not gonna happen.
Kevin Gibbs says Excalibur. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, but once.
All right. So wait,
You-
before we go, new school. What's your favorite new school one running the circuit these days? We last
Exactly. I know
last
mine
10
exactly.
years. Last 10 years.
I know mine. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
the Raminator and Ramination trucks.
Okay, that's
like
not one I would have expected, but
Me
very
neither.
cool.
Yeah, I like those. They're
Kind
so
of out of
so
left field.
Yeah.
so mean looking. They're so mean. The Dodge bodies are so mean looking. I love it.
Okay. You're in the
They're-
minority.
They're wheeling
Yeah.
machines.
You're a 5%er, man.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Hey,
No,
I don't.
nobody.
If
Really,
that high, I mean, it might be a 2%er.
Yeah, I love the way they
Dodge,
look.
the
I was-
Dodge going for him.
I always make fun of my wife and be like, "That's your favorite truck," and she's like, "What is wrong with you?"
No, but there are people that love the Dodge, man.
Yeah.
And I used to.
Yeah.
Like when it first came out and it looked semi-truckish, and my brother
Uh-huh.
had it, I'm
Yeah,
like, man,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a sick-looking truck.
The 94.
Kind of
Yep.
ran out on me though.
Yeah, sure. You know what? If I had to choose another truck, it would be Son of a Digger.
Yeah.
100%. Just, I mean, partially driver. That's partially the driver too, though. That's
It handles mad though. Like the
Yeah.
way that it flexes and bends and
dude. I would, if there's one truck that I could drive, like that would be it.
yeah.
That would have to be it.
Metal Militia's up there for me, but definitely Son of a Digger's at the top.
Metal Militia was awesome.
I still wish he was around, but
Brian Deegan is that, or no? That was that was Deegan, right?
it's his truck, but it was run by
The guy that does Monster Energy now. Why did we just?
Todd the Duke.
Thank you.
Todd the Duke aired
Yeah.
that baby out, man.
Yes, Deegan did run it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But man, when Todd the Duke aired it out, it's kind of almost going back to what he did the year ago with the Monster Energy.
Yeah. Oh man, that was just
He
wild.
ripped the Militia as well.
Yeah. He was the first one to do that big leap. That's why they call it the Leduc leap.
Yeah.
You know, that's. I don't know why he did that. I think that's really stupid. But
Dude. Oh, Nightmare. Yeah.
I'll
That's a
tell
good
you
one.
what though. He's an incredible driver in regards to that sort of thing, because you see people like, say, Cynthia Gautier or even Jim Kohler. You know, like they tried it, and look what happened to
Dude.
them.
Bari
Barry too.
To the triple, man.
Oh man,
When he clipped the rear end.
that was wild.
That was a wild ride. Not as bad as what Kohler did when the whole front end went.
Dude.
I thought he died
Both-
in that wreck, man.
You know, so I talked to a guy that works for him, and he had said basically what Jim said after that was like, yeah, it actually wasn't that bad.
Nah, the truck collapsed, which was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of absorbed a lot of the impact.
Northern Nightmare. I was a huge Northern Nightmare fan for a while.
Yeah. You know, it's a cool one too. I do like, for whatever reason, the new Bounty
There's so
Hunter.
many
with the
good
weird
ones. I mean,
body.
we could sit and talk about them.
The
Yeah.
Bounty Hunter, the weird body.
That's what we're
you know,
here for, I guess.
The chop
I mean,
body,
the
you
Bounty-
know.
Yeah,
I
for
like how
racing,
weird it
maybe.
is.
For
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
for racing.
I'm a
It's
racer at
cool.
heart.
I
I'm a
like the
racer at
shock
heart.
sticking out of it.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
Yeah.
I want to
I'm
see
not
a
coming
regular
for
truck
racing.
like
I'm
that.
coming for freestyle. You guys can
See,
have
you
your
guys-
racing.
you guys
I
did a
would
bash,
skip race
man.
night. I would totally skip it
Me too.
and just show up for freestyle.
100%.
I'm outnumbered.
Dude,
Here's the
so
thing.
I was going to Monster Jam World Finals. We were supposed to run the Primal RCs there. That's what partly why I bought one this year. And so it's been an expensive year talking about it. So for that, and if not for there, I was going to run at the Showtime race in Richmond. Both were canceled.
Yep.
But I bought the upper deck seats for my family and I for the racing. Like the cheapest seats I could buy.
Yeah, yeah.
But for freestyle, I bought the most expensive down low in the center seats I could get, like front
Yeah.
row on the
Yeah.
and
Well,
all
in
of it
defense,
canceled, but
Good for you.
That's
new
what
school-
I'm like, dude, we're gonna watch those trucks fly. You know, like Tim LeDuc is gonna go to the ceiling,
the Monster Jam
nothing.
freestyle is the show. I get it,
especially
but
at Monster Jam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The World
But the old
Finals.
school racing was just as intense as the freestyle now. Back
I'd
in the
rather
day,
have the old school racing. still.
yeah,
Yeah,
I love
still.
that's what I love. I don't like the newer racing.
It's cool when
too
they do it
soft.
still.
It is cool, but it's not intense. It's just kind of, let's just get this done so we get to freestyle. That's what it feels like, you know. And
Sure.
it's fine. But the old school racing was so intense. It was NHRA with trucks, you know, and that's what I loved about it.
Yep.
They
I'll
were
give you
really-
that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
So what's this about? Sean saying, "Will any of you be getting the Megalodon body for the Slash?" What's that?
What?
You
I didn't
already
know
have a
that was-
Megalodon.
I
I
have
didn't-
a 3D printed one. I haven't seen one for
Yeah.
the Slash.
If that's a thing, no, I'm still not getting it.
I mean, I don't typically like the
The 3D bodies.
3D bodies, but I will make exception I just did Megalodon slash body, and one of my videos popped up.
Honestly, that's my favorite 3D body is the shark. Is
The Desert
Megalodon.
Buggy clear body coming soon.
Yeah,
Oh, but this is a different Megalodon, I think.
Oh, okay.
Well,
There-
shark-inspired side wings, air scoop. Huh.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not really into. I don't know. I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on a body that I'm going to tear up anyway.
Yeah, you need to invent a new duct tape body.
I should duct tape a whole body.
There you go. Don't even
Jeez.
paint it. Just put duct
Like
tape
the
all
old
over.
wallets back in the day.
Yes. Yeah,
Those
those
out his duct tape wallet.
man, those were awesome when I was in like middle school. That was when that was a thing for me.
Yeah, it's for the Shreddy Life one. That's
Yes.
that was
Okay.
back in the day. He was going to their place and checking out. That's what I thought it was going to be.
So wow, man,
But
interesting. I did not know that was a thing. I don't know. I'm ticked off in my Slash right now. It's been sitting since after the first time I ran it, and it the motor
I
blew up.
finally upgraded mine with MIPs, and I have the Slash conversion, but the motor overheats too much for the ESC, so I need to swap that out with something a little bigger.
Mhm.
You
So
running
I don't
3S?
hardly run it.
You run 3S in it?
Yeah,
4.
but it doesn't matter
Okay.
with the big
Okay.
wheels.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's not a big enough ESC. It's like a short course one, like a Castle Side 1 or 3.
Oh,
It needs
okay.
something bigger.
I see.
Tony, do you have a Max?
Yes.
How do you like that?
I'm kind of mad at it and the Hoss at the moment.
The
The Stampede.
Hoss? Yeah. So
The
the Hoss.
Stampede 2.0.
I prefer the Hoss over the Max.
Really?
Yeah, because it lands better. Like the
Really?
Max lands and it bounces and it always ends up on his lid. So you could do a perfect backflip and land it 4-wheel down, and it pops and it lands on his lid. And it's like,
There is a way
anyway.
to get past that because mine. I'm really lucky. The work is already done for me. But he has like different weight shock oil in the front and rear, and it takes it. It takes it. But in my Max, man, I love it. I do love it, but only because it's really popular on YouTube right now.
Yeah, that's the one thing is with Traxxas. I mean, you'll see it. I mean, with channels that do a lot of Traxxas stuff, they get a lot of views. And I want to like it, but I hate how it handles.
Oh, sure.
Like the Creighton 4S is just so much better and it's cheaper.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
I was
wider.
actually upset. I was upset that it had 17 mil hexes on it because I was going to use that as a monster truck conversion, the Max.
I mean, it's beefy though.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
well, there'll be 17 mil hex wheels coming, but yeah, I mean somebody's gonna make them. So
I'm saying for the J concepts for the 2.6s, I was going to do that.
well,
Hey, we got to
Yeah.
special for that.
somehow we got to talk one of these companies into giving us some 2.4s.
2.4s, yeah. Well, I mean, the Max, I don't know. I mean, it's durable. I'll give it that. Except now that I've gone wide Max, the drive shafts aren't as durable, and so now I got to spend more money to get the metal ones. So now I'm into an $800 4S truck.
Yeah.
$800.
Yeah, but so mine came with all the stuff already upgraded. It came as a wide Max with the metal CVDs or whatever. It came fully upgraded, and so I
would have rather bought an X Max.
Well,
X Max handles better.
Yeah.
I like how it leans. So the Hoss leans like the X Max. You know when you bite into a corner and the X Max just kind of like leans into it and just like burns out all the grass and just tears through it and just it won't roll. The Hoss handles like that. The Max was like.
Yeah, I would have never bought the Max, but I got it for $200.
Well, okay, well then with that kind of investment in it, I would have a different opinion about it.
So actually, so basically, what I did was I traded my Creighton, my 6S Creighton for it. That was broken anyway. It kept breaking on me. I was like, whatever. So I put it together, and the guy wanted one really bad, and so we traded, even trade. And then he comes back at me like, hey, this thing keeps breaking. Maybe it's just supposed to be yours. And I was like, all right, maybe. And he's like, I want the EXB. And I said, okay, that's good. Good for you. He's like, do you want to buy this back? I said, well, how much? He said, well, like 300, maybe 400. I was like, nah. I bought it for 300 originally, perfectly fine. And I know what it's been through. So he's like, well, what about 200? I said, yeah, I'll do it for 200. And so basically I bought my Creighton back for $200, and which means I bought the Max
$200 for the Max too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So
yeah, I bought mine when they first came out. I paid for it, and I had to get the light one because that's what was available from the hobby shop.
Yeah.
The lights stopped working the first run. The body literally cut it. Anything. Because of where they routed the cables through, literally the body just sliced them in half. So the light stopped working first run. The fans don't work anymore. Because
the fans are bad.
They get dirt in them and they blow up. $20 per fan. That's $40 to buy new fans for this thing.
Yep.
I said, screw it. I'm just going to run it till it overheats and stop running it. So that's what I do. I run it on 4S till it overheats and I stop. I'm not
sounds like the Traxxas way.
Fans.
Hey, what you could do, I mean, you could buy one of those cheap ones, like $5 ones that's a little bit bigger, and just stick it on there.
Yeah,
you know,
just glue it on. What I'm going to do is put these Game Changer fans in there.
Oh, sure.
And just glue them on or something.
Yeah.
Like, screw it. Otherwise I'm ditching this truck anyway.
Yeah.
So
mine's glued on my X-Max right now with like 4 blades.
Yeah, the fan, like, they're literally all gone. Every blade on it's gone.
Yep.
The other one, I don't even remember what happened. It died way.
So it seems like, though, because there's not even really a war going on between Traxxas and Arma, if you ask me. I mean, as far as like Arma's just throwing out a bunch of vehicles. They have a ton of problems when they first come out, and then they fix them for the most part. But Traxxas really slack this year. They came out with only a couple trucks, like what, 2 trucks?
The Haas and the
and the
builder's kit
and the Max.
The Max.
Yeah.
Oh, the Max came out last year.
Oh, you're right.
Came out in November or something.
The Haas is new. This is for sure new.
The Haas.
Yeah, you're right. So, but and even that, I mean, it kind of leaves us with something to be desired, but.
Oh, the price point's crazy for the Haas.
It's too much.
I'm like, get rid of the AVC junk or TSM. I don't need it for this kind of a truck. Just save me the money on the radio and the receiver.
The Haas to me should be no more than $400. I mean, realistically,
$375 would be a sweet spot.
Yes, I agree.
It's an okay truck, but it has plastic shocks with the plastic spacers.
Clips.
Spacers.
Yeah.
It's the first ever 10th scale shock shaft I've bent on my bashers. I bent one the other day. The steering's awful, so I got a high-tech servo to replace the steering. So again, it's just how much money do you want to throw
What's the price point for those? What are they selling for?
$470.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's too much. Way too much. But
the
whatever.
clip system works way better than the Max. The body doesn't pop off like on the Max. So that is better.
Oh, sure.
The Max body pops off all the time.
That's like
X-Max,
I was going to say that's like a kit and a Gravedigger. SMT. You get it,
Speaking of SMTs, are we going to get any new bodies or anything like that? From Axial, you don't think so?
I have no idea. But it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, J Concepts has given up stuff. They just came out with the Escalade body.
That's
right.
We're
going to be wrapping and doing some stuff with,
And the Brodozer body.
Brodozer, Gravedigger, Son of a Digger. I mean, Mortician, Junior Mortician, and Mortician. So there's several of those, but I mean, I'll just get the Axial ones of those. Those are already wrapped and they look good, So,
right. I'm surprised nobody's come out with a good, like futuristic SUV body like the Max D's or whatever, because it seems
Invasion would be cool.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be cool. Well, somebody has a body like that. I thought.
No, just grab an A-scale truggy body and then dress it up. There you go. Cut the fenders out.
What about didn't somebody just come out with something that would be a Saigon Shaker just recently?
Saigon Shaker. I've not seen that.
I don't know.
No,
I don't
I've
know.
not
somebody
seen
just
that.
released a body that would be perfect for that.
I don't know.
I know, but
I don't know. There's not enough going on though. They better.
there's
I
quite
want.
a bit. I mean, there's quite a bit of bodies that you can make.
There
for what's
is.
out on
There
the
is.
on the market. You just got to
I'm
pay for
just-
the wrap. It's just
Yeah. Oh,
you
that's
got to be
true.
willing to drop $150 plus on it.
Who does the son
Yeah.
of a digger body? Bari
Bari?
does. Yep. Yep. I think.
Before that, it was Drive RC.
I think this one is actually
have
a
a
Bari body.
Are you sure? It looks like a Drive RC. I
It
think
might
you got
be.
yours before they even came out with it.
Maybe.
You definitely did. So
Well,
that's a Drive RC body. And
Yeah.
wrap.
Okay. Yeah.
But I
Because
don't know who did the wraps for him.
that's Bari did the wrap because it was actually my buddy. My buddy gave me that body, and he told me flat out that Bari did the wrap for it.
Okay.
So which is cool. But I didn't even know that, and
But I
was
think
like,
the Lexan, based
passionate.
on the look of it that I'm seeing, is a Drive RC, and so he probably worked with
yeah,
Bari to get the wraps.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Tony, before we go, did you figure out how to not snap the steering shock on the servo saver on the Bari build? Because that seems to be the weak
Oh
link.
no,
on
it'll
that.
definitely go. Like so, it's a big truck. It's heavy,
Mhm.
and you're running
Yeah.
a shock rod end as. I mean,
Mhm.
the reverse of that is if it doesn't break, you're gonna tear up your servo. So it would be really easy to fix if the servo wasn't mounted toward the axle. So I have to take off a
Sure.
whole brace for it to swap it out, which is not fun. But I mean, the second time I bashed it pretty hard, and the only reason it popped is it was plastic, and I literally clipped.
Yeah, I
that
saw
ramp. I mean, I just
saw
totally
it.
clipped it. I mean, if you had
Yeah.
clipped a curb or something else, you'd have done the same thing.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
With a
It
lot
looks
of
like it's a
trucks.
lot of fun to drive, though.
It is wicked.
How long is
Uh,
that shock? Like, how many mil is that? 90 mil or 100 mil or like?
It's one of the long Proline ones.
Because I was gonna say,
It's
you-
one of the Proline.
Wow.
oh, it's one of the power
The ones that
strokes.
we use on the SMT10. Yeah.
Yeah, the power strokes. I was gonna say, you just Gareth, you just put the HR shocks on yours, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you see how the shaft is there's no bottom part you have to screw on. It's like part of the actual shaft.
Yeah.
When that would probably actually work good on that because there's nothing to break.
Yeah.
On that, that would actually work good on that truck.
It might rip the shock apart though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So the thing is that what
so
he
heavy.
did was he tapped out one. So you literally, so I bought some, and you have to get a thread tapper, and you have to tap it to a different size to fit it on the, because these are
Wow.
pretty good sized shafts.
Yeah.
And so to not use a plastic one, you buy the Intigi ones, but then you have to actually tap them to be able to take
Oh, I
this bigger
see.
shaft size. And so I think that's part of it, is that you're not, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
if it would have been tapped from the factory, it probably would be a little bit better as
Yeah,
far
sure.
as the threads
Yeah.
than being retapped in theory.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why the original one popped. Plus, it was a pretty
Mm-hmm.
hard side hit that I did on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
But,
didn't look that hard in the video, but
When you watch the wheel rip, that's when it, yeah. It really pulled it when I watched it. I was like, ooh.
That's so wild. That's so wild.
But,
Yeah.
the second one was literally just, it's a plastic. I put a plastic rod end on, and I clipped that, and it just
didn't
ripped
take-
it. So
Yeah.
So you got to get.
I've got the new Energy ones, and I have them tapped already. I just have to put them on.
Okay.
Okay.
see.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
this week you got to get Ryan out there.
I hope,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I gotta
Everybody
text
get
him
their vids
tomorrow.
in. Get their vids in, man.
Plus, I just bought a Kyosho trail runner, so I need to also text him and be like, "Hey, I saw a picture of a tank gravedigger in one of the shops down there. Can you take a
Oh,
picture of it and
yeah.
send it to me? Because I'd like to
Did
do a
they-
gravedigger tank."
Oh, that's like.
Did
what I
they
got
make
up
a
here.
cut tank?
I don't think
Yeah.
they did, but I think it was a drawing of one, like
Oh,
a
okay.
concept sketch, and I would
Yeah,
love
yeah,
to just take that and make one
Yeah.
out of a RC.
They're fun to. They're fun little tank trucks.
Well, they race
Yeah.
them in Showtime.
Showtime. Yep. because that was a
Okay.
thing back in the 80s.
So I tried to
Yep,
get
yep.
I tried to get one from one of them that was selling it, and I couldn't find one. So I just bought a trail runner, and I'm gonna convert it.
Yeah, is that what I have? Trail running?
Yeah,
No,
up there we have a Kyosho Blizzard.
Yeah, Blizzard. Yep.
So it's the same thing, except it doesn't have the front. We don't get snowed on here, so I didn't need the little.
Oh, sure. Mine,
Snow plow.
mine doesn't have it on there. Actually, my plow is sitting with all my other spare parts on my wall.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe I'll try to get a video with it. But my videos, I put myself in a really tough spot where like people expect me to do crazy, stupid stuff, and so I don't know. I feel like pressure.
That's
to
the
entertain.
brand. That's the
Dude,
brand.
Yeah, I got away from it. Like I used to do a whole lot of like the really edited stuff, and
Yeah.
it's too much to manage. And I just realized and now I realize that I get more views on stuff where I'm just kind of talking about how the cars handle, and because people really want to know information,
Yeah.
and they're coming to it for information, and so I'll post what I think is my coolest videos, and nobody watches them, and then I'll do one where I'm just filming with my iPhone for 10 minutes driving it, and it's like more views. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Why do I keep spending time on this other junk?
Personally, I appreciate like when you take time and edit stuff. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But,
I like to do it. I do it for myself for those ones. Even if people don't watch it, those ones I do for myself.
YouTube University, man. If I want to go learn something, I want to go know how a 16-tooth pinion on SMT goes on 3S. I go to, who did it? Tony did it.
Yeah.
Check it out.
I do those too, but I mean, my favorite ones are like the runs where I take them out and it's just music and
the music videos,
cool shot stuff.
I was trying to do that with my Outcast, and then it decided to poop on me. So,
but like the laser nut video, and I've got some other ones that are coming that I think you guys will like. But
that little laser nut seems pretty cool.
It's pretty wicked. Yeah, I need to get out and run it again. It's just that's the other breaks of doing too many things is you don't get to run the ones you really want to. So I need to get that out again. I need to get the Big Rock out. That thing is awesome.
I'll tell you flat out. Well, the Big Rock seems cool. I want to be the guy that has like the most videos of like the Outcast 8S.
There you go.
Like I want to just shovel
keep running it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And because and honestly, I'll just be straight up. Like I'm not very impressed with very many videos of that thing yet. I have a plan, and
let's see it, man. It's gonna
be really interesting. Maybe I'm gonna do it with the Max too, but I kind of want to go for something, and it might be a little boring to watch, but it's gonna be impressive. So that I'll leave you with that.
Okay.
It's gonna be. People don't usually just do this, kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm being very vague, but
very cool.
Yeah.
Our conspiracies. You're not supposed to give it away, right?
All right. Well, let's get ready to wrap here. We've been going for 2 hours and 15
Woo!
minutes. Holy cow! That might be the longest one yet. But it's just fun talking to you guys. What can I say?
Yeah, man. I love it. I love it.
Kevin Gibbs wants to know why there's not more styles, and Chris wants to know where Barry gets his raps from, and they come from photos and work, man.
Mm-hmm.
Barry's the guy.
But yeah, Barry's got the imagery for it, and I don't know who does them, but he gets them, and he does an awesome job rapping them.
Yep.
And I'll be doing so. I've got a bunch coming. A King Sling build is coming with the purple King Sling.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to lock down some like chromed out rims so I can have those for the. If not, I've got some of the Dragon Wheels by J Concepts, and I'll just paint them silver.
Don't touch that. Okay.
But I would love to have one otherwise. But anyway, guys, thanks for coming on here. This has been fun.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's awesome. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
If you guys have go check out Trailer Trash RC and Clean RC Cars, which is KLNRCCARS.
Yep.
And we'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tony, man. It was great.